Okay, let me turn that down a bit. There we go. Hi. I'm here. So. More Ace Attorney. I don't know what to really say. I don't know. So this is the last case that I actually know anything about. Can I make that any quieter? Okay. Because it's loud on my end. But, this is the last case that I kind of know anything about. Because this is the last one I played with friends. And then we started fucking case 3, but I don't remember a damn thing about it. So that one's gonna be the first one where it's like, I know nothing. And I don't even remember much about this case we're about to do. Because, again, we played that 3 years ago. So, new! Yay! Also, this is not related to Ace Attorney, but I want to talk about it. I just read a new manga that literally started today, called Ichi the Witch, or what's the other title? Because when I went to put it on my anime list to, like, keep track, Madan no Ichi. That's what it says. I'm gonna be calling it Ichi the Witch. And what, like, the description of it was like, fucking, in the world of magic, blah blah, only women have the aptitude to wield it until one fateful day. And that's, like, the core plot of it is, dude is able to wield magic when only girls are able to. And so when I saw that on Shonen Jump's Twitter, I was like, this is either going to be really respectful and sick, the most degenerate borderline porn ever, or a tolerable mix of both. And so far, it's the first one. I was actually really cool. I really liked it. I give it like a solid 7 out of 10. I think it's a very interesting manga that could it could go either way. It could still be the degenerate shit, but I mean, so far, it, like, that first chapter was solid. It was a very good first chapter, I think. It also had, like, the main character had a whole thing of, like, he's not gonna go kill something unless it tries to kill him first or has the desire to kill him. And it's like death for death, which is essentially just, I don't start fights, but I damn well finish them. And I think that's so fucking cool. That's such a cool concept. I'm very interested to see how that goes. I'm definitely gonna be reading that weekly. I think that's gonna be interesting. So I have that and Undead Unluck on Sundays now. Which, by the fucking way, I'm not gonna talk spoilers for Undead Unluck. I've already tweeted spoilers for Undead Unluck. My fucking god, bro. It's so good. I love this manga so much. So much. It's so good. Okay. I'm gonna stop talking about Undead Unluck because my hyperfixating ass will not stop talking about it. I'm gonna open Ace Attorney Investigations. I almost said Great Ace Attorney. We have not played that in a schminute because we finished it. Let me open the game. I'm curious, is there a achievement for... Oh, I hit the thing. Is there an achievement for playing with the old graphics? Because it was a thing of, like, I got an achievement for playing with the new graphics, so I'm curious if that's a thing with the old graphics. Alright. Regardless, we're just gonna play with the new graphics, because that looks better. I don't think anyone needs me to tell them that. It's still... The old graphics are still charming. Anyways, episode 2, Turnabout Airlines. Oh. The murder that occurred in my office. Oh, we're just getting right into it. Yep. The return of the great thief Yatagarasu. Thinking back, everything began on that fateful day, 2 days ago. 2 days earlier, I was murdered. Miles has been never mind, that was wide, you idiot. Oh my god. That's so much. Go, yo! Yes, everything began high up in the air. 9,000 feet in the air, to be precise.
Thank you for flying Go-Yo Airlines. We are currently experiencing some slight turbulence. We are asking all passengers to please return to their seats and fasten their seatbelts. Damn, this shit loud. This shit do be a little loud.
Oh. And then Miles was murdered. Miles Edgeworth dead. March 12th, 6:13 a.m. Flight G390, first floor lounge. So, okay, wait. I want to check my channel just to clarify real quick. Clarifying for me. I'm not clarifying for anyone else. There I am. Shut up. When was the I guess it was March 14th. Wait, so then oh no, this is 12th. For some reason I thought it was okay. Alright, we're good. We figured it out. Yeah, Alright, there we go. Okay. Alright, we're good. Why do I feel like I just woke up from a horrible nightmare? 6:13, huh? I guess I was out.
My mucus.
Guess I was out cold for about 10 minutes. Slight turbulence indeed.
Ladies and gentlemen, we are currently experiencing some slight turbulence. For your safety, we ask that you return to your seats and fasten your seatbelts.
I suppose turbulence is to be expected on a flight, though admittedly I'm less than comfortable with anything resembling an earthquake. Oh, I dropped my... What's this? A travel wallet? But it's not mine. How did someone else's travel wallet wind up in my pocket? My head. Why won't this headache go away? I'll take care of this travel wallet later, or hand it in to an attendant. From earthquake-like turbulence to an elevator. What am I doing hesitating like this? Actually, I know full well why I hesitate. It was when I was still but a young child. Oh, you mean trauma? Yeah. I was caught up in a murder that happened in an elevator. But how long am I going to let the past haunt me? It's just an elevator. I'm a grown man now. I need to behave like one. And there's gonna be a corpse. I fucking knew it. I fucking knew they would do that shit. What the? What in the world happened?
Is there something wrong, sir? I must ask that you please return to your seat. He's dead! Please, calm down. We mustn't jump to conclusions without all the facts. Dude, there's blood. He's dead.
What's wrong? Did something happen?
You murderer!
No, you have it all wrong. It wasn't me. Another example of... Damn, this is only gonna worsen his trauma. What the fuck is happening? Why, Edra? Can you even see that? Can you even... Hold on. Can you... No, you can't even see him. Look at this fucking... He's like... Get me out! I want out of here! That's so great. He's been handcuffed to his fucking seat. That's awesome. You know what? Just for the time being, I'm gonna... Oh, there's no actual good place for... I'm gonna be up here. No, I'm not. Okay, I guess he's just gonna... That's just how that's gonna be then. March 12th, 6:41 a.m. Flight G390, second floor, first class.
Everyone, I am sorry to interrupt, but I have an important announcement. I am one of your flight attendants today, Rhonda Tenero.
I'm trying to think of what the pun... What is your hair? Why is your hair, like... cubular? What the fuck?
Unfortunately, we have just had a minor accident on this
minor accident murder. An accident? Don't treat us like we're stupid! I got a glimpse of, and it was a murder! What? Murder? What's going on this flight?
Everyone please calm down. There's no reason to panic. This flight will stay on course and make its scheduled landing. We are still currently in the middle of a rough patch of turbulence. So until we are out of this area of turbulence, I ask that you please remain seated.
But someone was killed, right? I mean, what about the killer? Let me off!
Please, there is no need to feel threatened. We have already apprehended the culprit.
You fucking asshole! I ask that everyone please remain calm. What the heck is he talking about? Why should we remain calm? My name is Miles Edgeworth. I'm a prosecutor, and I assure you, I am not the killer. Ha! Being a prosecutor doesn't make you incapable of murder, buddy. Now you listen here. I am not the killer. I simply found the body.
So you say, however, I am sure that you are the perpetrator of this crime. I swear on my honor as a professional flight attendant.
Oh, is that right?
I know what I saw, and there's even very strong incriminating evidence to back me up.
What kind of incriminating evidence is she talking about?
We've already alerted the proper authorities at our destination. Until we land, you will remain in our custody by powers vested in our captain. I'm very sorry, but please understand our situation.
Your situation? I'm more concerned with mine and the direction it's going in. I'm not about to just sit idly by while I get accused of murder. Miss Tenero, is it?
Yes?
I was wondering if you might give me a chance.
A chance? To do what?
A chance to plead my case. And a chance to ask what you meant by incriminating evidence just now. She doesn't have shit. To accuse a passenger of such a grave crime without allowing him to give a proper defense. Can the professional flight attendant inside of you really call this action righteous?
You have a point. Very well, I'll listen to what you have to say. But be wary of what you reveal. I'm afraid you'll only look even more suspicious if your explanation fails to satisfy. I also do not have the time to deal with you all day, so please make it quick.
Damn, you should be a detective. You got the vibes of a detective, lady. I like you, even though you're accusing me of murder. I like you. Of course. As you wish.
Good. Very well then, let's get started.
I know for a fact that I didn't kill that man in the elevator. What I don't know is what sort of evidence she has up her sleeve. But I'm certain it doesn't fit with how the crime really occurred. With logic— oh, we're doing it here? What Miss Tenero saw.
I swear to tell the whole truth as a professional flight attendant. Unfortunately for you, Mr. Edgeworth, I am certain you are the killer. The scene I saw in front of the elevator. It was you standing there, blood dripping off the murder weapon. So if you would please cooperate, we'll turn you over just as soon as we land.
Are we fucking serious? Maybe I take back my statement about her being a— oh, you're the funny plane case. Also, hi, gamer. Hi, Adri. And yes, I am on the funny plane case. I also saw the thing you sent in the group chat. I thought I spoiled myself, but it's just this case, so I'm fine. That's it? That's her evidence?
I don't think you could ask for a more perfect witness testimony.
I could ask for a lot more perfect.
Wouldn't you agree, Mr. Edgeworth?
Not really. It's hardly perfect when there's a gaping hole in it. You're stupid as fuck. I take back the thing about you being a detective. You're shit at this. Stop. Just stop talking. I already know what I gotta do. Well, do I have the evidence? That's the question. Okay, yes. Yes. Scene I saw it from... and it was you standing there with fresh blood dripping off the murder weapon. I'm just gonna real quick... I can't investigate. Okay, then it's probably this, right? Objection! Are we serious? Miss Tenero!
What is the yelling? What is with the yelling all of a sudden?
God, force of habit. Well, it doesn't matter. Miss Tenero, you say you saw the murder weapon dripping with blood. Is that correct?
Yes, all that blood. Drip, drip, drip. Just recalling that scene sent a chill down my spine.
Sorry, but your so-called professional flight attendant training has failed you. No, I think her unprofessional detective training has failed her. What? I'd like to direct your attention to this. I like to I just like to imagine the way he did that. It's like, I'd like to draw your attention to this, and he jumps to turn around and hold the thing in the handcuffs. He like jumps, does a 180 and turns her and just holds it. He's not facing her right now. Do you know what this is?
It's a travel wallet, right? But it looks a little big and bulky.
The thing you saw me holding when I discovered the dead body in the elevator was this very travel wallet, Miss Tenero.
What? Impossible!
Now then, do you still think I am the killer? That I killed him with a travel wallet? Also, what the fuck is this stuff? I never even looked at it. Okay, this is the body. Body found at 6:15 a.m. inside the elevator, stopped at the first floor lounge. Details meals, movies, and other services inside. What do we got here? All times shown correspond to our departure time zone. The fuck is our whatever. Drinks is at 10 to 11, and then from 1 to 3 is meal, and then another thing of drinks from 5 to 6, and then a movie from 6 to 8, meals from 7 to 9, drinks from 10 to 11, meals at 4 to 6, and then drinks at 9 to assumedly another 10. Oh, because it loops around. Okay. I don't know how important that's going to be for me to memorize, but... Oh, we don't know what it... Damn, you look... I don't know why. You look like a fighting game character to me. But not like an actual playable character. You look like someone who'd be in the story mode. That, like, has, like, a weird cult following to them that, like, a lot of people really like, and he's never fought a day in his life. You know what I'm saying? Like, that's the kind of vibe I get from this dude. Anyways.
But I saw blood dripping from the wallet. I know I did.
As you can see, this wallet is clearly stained, but if you would be so kind as to take a whiff, I think you'd agree that it's only grape juice. Oh, right, because Ace Attorney is afraid of saying wine, and everything that's wine is actually grape juice.
Yeah, then...
That's right. You mistook grape juice for blood. The murder weapon dripping with blood does not, in fact, exist.
No!
There. That should clear up that pesky accusation.
Hold it! Wait just a sec. That is... I mean, even a wallet could be deadly if it was wrapped around something heavy. I demand that you show me what's inside, please.
She's trembling and tacked on please at the end. Sounds like I've got her. There's no need to look inside. Even you can tell from its appearance that it's light.
No! I can't be sure of anything until I see the contents of the wallet for myself.
She's the persistent one. I suppose we have no choice but to see what's inside. Miss Tenero, if you'd be so kind as to open the wallet and check its contents for me.
All right. I usually don't pry into a passenger's belongings, but we have no choice here.
That's actually me who's doing it. A card. Republic of Borginia? Is that a real country? I'm gonna Google. I'm gonna Google Borginia. Nope, the first thing that shows up is Ace Attorney. Okay. Dino Crisis? I mean, okay, fair. Dino Crisis is owned by Capcom. Dino Crisis? Okay. It seems that this passport is all that's in here. As you saw, there's nothing but a passport inside. This renders your wallet was the murder weapon argument moot. Wouldn't you agree?
Hold it! No!
She does agree, apparently.
Please hear me out, Mr. Edgeworth.
What is it now?
Well, I was wondering, whose passport is it exactly?
Open the passport. Figure it out yourself. What?
Can I take a look?
Why not? I'm rather curious myself. Ackby Hicks? That's a I'm so sorry.
This is... Just as I thought. This travel wallet belonged to Mr. Ackby Hicks.
which makes it the victim's property. That's a shit name. I'm so sorry. I am so sorry, Acme. Mr. Hicks' travel wallet. Okay. You stole the victim's wallet, didn't you? Hold on. Alright. Sorry, to burp. How dare you!
You said it yourself. You claimed to be holding this wallet in your hands when I found you.
Nuh-uh. No, I said I found it on the floor. Stupid.
Perhaps I did misconstrue the wallet for the murder weapon, but it seems that I wasn't wrong about who the culprit is.
Really? Miss Tenero's logic. Oh, enlighten me.
As you claim, the murder weapon is not the travel wallet. However, it is something you stole from Mr. Hicks after you were done with the vile deed. I find it hard to believe myself, but your motive was very simple. You were out to steal Mr. Hicks's money, weren't you?
Are we dead ass?
So even though I didn't have the murder weapon on me, you still suspect me, I see.
Hold on. Can I look at the passport? Seems that this passport is all that's in here. Yeah, but I want to look in the passport. So this passport is all that's in here. But I want to look at the passport. I would also definitely argue that that's the fucking murder weapon. That little Go-Yo Airlines trophy that has blood on it. And also, why the fuck would I want his money? I'm Miles Edgeworth, prosecutor. I make bank. What? What are we talking about? I bring home the bread. I bring home more bread than a goddamn bakery. What the fuck are we talking about?
You stood up at the crime scene with the victim's wallet in your hands. How can I turn a blind eye and not suspect you of foul play?
Because I didn't do it. Case closed. Like, the fuck?
As you claim, the murder weapon is not the travel wallet. However, it is something you stole from Mr. Hicks after you were done with the vile deed.
I have nothing to... Oh, money. It's all on the fucking floor. I find it hard to believe myself, but your motive was very simple. You were out to steal Mr. Hicks's money, weren't you? No, because it's all on the floor.
Objection!
I wonder if I might get a word in, Miss Tenero.
What is it now?
Miss Tenero, I wonder if you noticed the contradiction within your own testimony.
What are you talking about?
It's simply impossible that the motive for this murder was monetary theft. One glance at the crime scene should have told you that. What about the scene would prove that the motive... The money! All of the money here! And his credit card! Zuh!
Take that!
His debit and his credit are there, bro! What the fuck are we talking about? It's not that fucking hard! What the shit? If I may direct your attention to the things strewn all over the floor... Ah! That's right. The floor is covered in bills and coinage and also his credit card. But by your rationale, these were the very things the killer was after. I think we can assume that the wallet fell during the victim's struggle with his killer, and I would think that the killer would have noticed something like money scattering everywhere. Furthermore, as you can see, there was no effort made by the killer to gather the money. But the wallet! I found that shit! I don't know! Ah, yes, the wallet. You will also recall that the only thing in it was Mr. Hicks's passport. If you are really insisting that it was a crime based on greed, then you're claiming that it was all for an empty travel wallet.
Forgive me! Please!
And now I'm no longer handcuffed. And who the fuck is that? I'm covering him. I'm definitely covering. Yeah. Oh no, you can see the top of his head. Who the fuck that? What voice do I give that asshole? There's no way that isn't a character. Like that's a person. Hey, what the heck? Are you saying the attendant's wrong? So that guy isn't the killer? Don't believe in everyone. It's a trick. Will you all please be quiet? Christ! Miss Tenero.
Yes?
You lost your cool when you saw the dead body. Plus, the lounge was dark, and looking into the light from the elevator, it's easy to see how you mistook the wallet in my hand for the murder weapon. I take no offense that you thought I was the killer.
Mr. Edgeworth.
Thank you for releasing me. What the fuck? I don't know if you can see him anymore. Barely. I think this needs to be... What the fuck is he doing? What in the fuck? Anyways, let me... Wingdings? I don't fucking know. What is it now? More wingding... What is this music? Miss Tenero, if you could please translate, I'd be much obliged. It sounds like Borginian, but I don't understand any of it. There's another attendant on this flight who... I have... See, okay. Can I voice that? I want to try to figure out how to do the voice myself, to be honest. Okay. I'm gonna give context to everyone here. Just real quick. Adri was the one who did this voice originally, and this is me trying to imitate what she did. So my fucking bad. How the fuck do I even do... I said that he's giving the runabout. I guess I don't fucking know. I don't know how to do that shit. I don't require. I fucking hate this. I hate, therefore I am. Oh my god. I almost just want to do Gru. But I can't do that either, so I'm just gonna fucking, I don't know. I don't require an interpreter. I speak English just well, see? You, the attendant. That's the voice I'm going for. It's just like, yeah. The accent is just gonna be fucking, I don't know. Yes, sir. I want this person to be under arrest until we arrive at the airport. Oh, okay. Oh, and then he just fucks off. And then he just fucks up. I'm sorry, sir, but what exactly are you hoping for? What is it you want? I'm finished talking to the likes of you. Please, I would like to hear why you would like me to be held under arrest until we land. You! How dare you try to waste my time? You were the one who stuck your nose into my affairs. I wanted to spend even at least one more second with my precious art. This is, I know Borginia, is that what it... The Borginia is a fake country. I want to apologize to the Borginian people watching this. I'm butchering the accent I just made up. So... I have no time for other things. I know what you are. Sorry. Saying I know what you are to Miles Edgeworth is really funny. That damn well might be the fucking thumbnail, bro. Just, I know what you are, and then Miles Edgeworth and the gay flag, and damn well might be. Insolvent! Yes, I'm pretty sure that's how you say it in English. Well, I should hope I'm not monetarily bankrupt, but I don't think that's what you meant. I'm sorry, but I don't think I caught your name. I am Zinc LeBlanc II. I am a very wealthy man in Borginia. That is not a real country. I googled it. I'm not being racist. But I feel like it. It feels like I'm being very racist. It feels very racist. But I am not an ordinary rich man. I am an art dealer. A rich seller of beauty. Okay, cool. Thank you, Zinc. Is that what I already forgot your name. Yeah, Zinc LeBlanc. Why is your face so tiny in this thing, but in like your sprite, it's not that tiny. Your face is so tiny. From Northern European Republic of Borginia, says he's a wealthy art dealer, time obsessed. I want to know, because Ace Attorney is known for its fucked up translations. I want to know And found... Okay, that's not... What was... Is it Borginia in the Japanese dub as well? A fictional country mentioned in Dino Crisis, another Capcom game. Shu Takumi, the main developer of the core Ace Attorney games, was also a main planner and event director for Dino Crisis, making the similarity perhaps not coincidental. I mean, no shit. I think you could look at this and very much assume that this is not a coincidence. I don't even know what Dino Crisis is. I'm getting sidetracked now, but so Dino Crisis exists in Ace Attorney, I guess? I don't fucking know.
Mr. LeBlanc, what did you mean just now?
Pardon?
When you said that Mr. Edgeworth was giving me the runabout.
I have to explain?
Unbelievable. I will say it once and only once.
I do not have even a second to waste. Time is money, as they say. Yes, and yet you continue to blather on. I feel like I'm not even doing an accent anymore. It's just like a voice, which is honestly probably for the best. I saw it. Yes, I did. I saw the victim go onto the elevator, going down to the lounge. It was exactly at 6 o'clock. No, the fuck it wasn't. No, it wasn't. No, it wasn't. This case is fucking easy. Everyone is stupid. We found it at 6:50. Well,
I'm gonna be so honest with you. I thought that was 6:05. Never mind. Okay. And what's the significance of that time?
At 6, he says. Wait, you saw him at 6?
What's the matter, Mr. Edgeworth?
He understands, I see. Miss Attendant, what time did you discover the body?
Well, it was a little after that patch of turbulence, so... So I would say around 6:15.
Hicks was his name, was it? Then I say that man Hicks was killed in the 15-minute time span. And the only person in the lounge in the time was this prosecutor. Yeah, don't pull out a fucking finger gun on me. Bitch, you ain't Andy Undead Unlock. Shut your ass up. You ain't Undead. Get the fuck out of here. You ain't Ruin. You ain't Undead. Get the fuck out. Yeah, I was in my seat the whole time. Me too. I was watching the movie and enjoying my fine glass of grape juice. Damn, you were an alcoholic. Wait a fucking minute. I just saw all of the bottles. You are an alcoholic, sir. Oh my god. How long have you been on this flight? 12 weeks? What the fuck is up with that? Jesus! I guess that's like the child there. Damn, why is that me? Why is that me? Why was that me? Hold on. I was still eating. I still haven't finished, see? Fuck this game. The other passengers have an alibi, so you have no problem with them, I suppose. Was that actually LeBlanc? It was LeBlanc. No complaint, I see. Not a single word against this, right? I have no way of discounting what you have put forth at this point, but it wasn't me. Oh, so you say. But do you have what you say, the evidence?
Mr. Edgeworth, are you really the culprit after all?
Mr. LeBlanc, I suppose you are quite certain in what you saw. Enough to give testimony. Of course! I was looking at the man the whole time! I'm just giving him like a weird inflection. That's what this has become. It's still like American, like I'm not putting on an accent, but it's like a weird inflection to it to make it sound like someone who doesn't know how English works 100%. Because that's real. That's a thing. He was playing with that annoying little, small machine the whole time. Machine? Yes, that's what you people call it in English, yes. It was making me crazy with the click, click, click. From that description, it sounds like some sort of small computer. What the fuck?
I believe what Mr. LeBlanc is talking about is a cell phone. I have to say that I did see him playing with it quite a bit myself.
A simple cell phone? A laptop or organizer I can see, but it's kind of low budget.
I hate that noisy little machine in his hands! Not a fragment of beauty. All it produces is ugly sounds. Anyway, I know what I saw!
Miss Tenero, yes? I was wondering if I might be granted permission to examine the crime scene.
What? You want to...
Examine the crime scene? If you would grant me a little measure of time, I'm sure I can produce the real culprit.
Huh, I don't like the sound of that. Fucks in the...
I said fucks. That was not what I meant to say. Fucks in the duck pen.
Fucks in the duck pen. Yes, I think that's how you say it in English.
It's fucks guarding the hen house, and I believe my innocence was proven earlier. And if I'm given the chance, I can clear up all the remaining doubts. Miss Tenero, if you wait until we arrive, there is a good chance that some evidence will have been destroyed by then. Let me through.
I understand. Let me see what the captain has to say.
Ha! This should not be approved!
Please, Mr. LeBlanc, it's in an emergency. All decisions are to be made by the captain alone. Now, please wait here while I go back. What the fuck? Well, I go ask the captain what to do. I'll be right back. Well, look at our little run. You are not planning to erase evidence when you are doing your investigation, yes?
Of course not.
Ha! We will see. The captain's dead. Mr. Edgeworth, you have the captain's permission to investigate the crime scene.
What? Unbelievable! I am in your debt, Miss Tenero.
However, there is one condition. I am to supervise you. Can you agree to that?
Of course. I see no problem with that stipulation. Fuck was that sound? I think I know what that sound was. I have to go check and see if I know what that sound was. I'm gonna wait until we get to a point where there's music.
I take full responsibility, and I will watch Mr. Edgeworth's every move. I hope this is reassurance enough that there will be no foul play. Now then, Mr. Edgeworth, shall we proceed? If you should need my help with anything, please feel free to use Y on your Xbox One controller to talk.
I did not have enough breath. It's time to head to the scene of the crime, first floor lounge. Oh, okay. Alright. I'm gonna be right back and see if I know what that sound was. It'll be quick. Okay, it was not what I thought it was, but we're just gonna go on, because I don't know. It might have just been my bottle, my water bottle I have here, because there's a dent in it, but it's a plastic water bottle. But I don't know, I'll set it over here, and then we'll see. Okay. Fuck is this thing? Alright. Oh, is it like a screen? Hold on. This was Mr. Hicks' seat. I don't see the machine Mr. LeBlanc was talking about.
Perhaps it's in the elevator?
Maybe. We should probably head down to the crime scene now. Okay. Oh, there she fucking is. Okay. Another context thing. Hold on, I'm gonna actually text her. Where is she? Yo, I just found Cammy. If you wanna see me do your impression. Okay, so again, when I played this game with friends, Iolite was the one who did the voice for Cammy. And now I'm about to do an impression of that voice. So either she's here for it or she isn't. I don't know. All right. Excuse me, but may I have a word with you? You there!
If you need something, please ask Miss Ronda over there, okay?
That's not at all what it sounded like. What the? Hey, wake up, you!
I'm terribly sorry that she's being so rude, Mr. Edgeworth.
No need for you to apologize. I just find it hard to believe she's asleep on the job. If I were her boss, I'd see to it that her salary was cut so low that it was in the red. Oh. Okay, well, let's go down. Alright, I guess that was kind of it for Cammy for now. In order to preserve the crime scene, I'm afraid that... Oh, that wasn't...
In order to preserve the crime scene, I'm afraid that the elevator is not in service. To the first floor lounge, we should take the stairs.
Which are past you?
That leads to the emergency escape hatch. You can't go there in mid-flight.
What's the probability of that the criminal escaped through here?
100%. Oh, let me finish my thought. I'm 100% certain they didn't.
When I'm searching for an answer, only complete thoughts need apply. Alright. Then we go this way. Dude, you are an alcoholic, my guy. Hey, miss, how about another glass? Excuse me, but I was wondering if you know anything about the murder. How about it? How about a glass together? Sorry, but I must decline. I wasn't talking to you! I was talking to that cute attendant.
I'm sorry, but I'm on the clock right now. But if you need a refill, I'd be happy to bring you another glass at any time.
You got it. Oh, cool. That's no way to talk to a lady. That's what I'm thinking. I'm not going to talk to the child.
March 12th, 7:26 a.m., flight G390, first floor lounge. This is where it fucking happened.
I want to thank you for your help back there, Miss Tenero.
It was nothing. You should thank the captain for granting you permission. And just so everything is perfectly clear, I still don't trust you. Your standing with me hasn't changed one iota.
I see. I will bear that in mind.
I received an order from the captain earlier. He wanted you to know that we reserve the right to stop your investigation if we feel you are not making progress. And when we do, he asked that you please return to your seat at that time.
So my time runs out, and at his and his crew's discretion, does it? He said, doesn't it? Oopsies. I have to find a way to discredit Mr. LeBlanc's testimony before time's up. I understand. By the way, is there any place you can think of where the killer might hide on board?
I don't think so. After every first class passenger was accounted for at his or her seat, we made a thorough search of the plane. As for business and economy class, no one can move between those two classes and first class without a staff keycard. And we found no record of a keycard being used at all.
Which means that I have a first-class killer on my hands. At least I know that much for sure. Cool. Why is it black and white? Oh. And one other thing. No one else has been allowed near this crime scene since the murder was discovered either. Begin investigation, because that's the name of the game. It's moving me automatically. Now then, let's get started.
But where should we start from?
Let's start with Mr. LeBlanc's statements. The crime occurred between 6 a.m. and 6:15 a.m. During that interval, the only person in the lounge was myself, which would make me the prime suspect. However, since I did not kill Mr. Hicks, it means that the killer was around somewhere.
Interesting. If we are to believe what you say is true, then yes.
The first order of business will be to gather information to win your trust. Alright, well, let's start with the body. What floors does this elevator service?
Only the first and second, although it can also go down to the cargo hold. However, that requires a flight crew keycard.
So the only floors accessible to passengers are the first and second, huh? To passengers, though. I won't rest until I've inspected every suspicious-looking nook and cranny. I'm not gonna say that line every time, although maybe I might. What is this sinister-looking figure on the floor?
Oh, that's a piggy bank for our company mascot, Captain Ugo. It's just one of the many pieces of merchandise we sell in our in-flight shop. This bank is a limited edition, and is so popular that we're down to our last one.
You have an in-flight shop?
Yes, it's just beyond the lounge to the right. The shutter to the store is closed at the moment, but it was open the whole flight up until Mr. Hicks' body was discovered.
There's blood on here. Could this have been the murder weapon?
Yeah, fucking probably.
Alright, back of the head. I wonder what was hanging off of this lanyard. That's not what I was selecting, Edgeworth. Something's missing from this picture. Now if I could put my finger on it. That's not... Okay, that's what I wanted. Doubt anyone was expecting to find a dead body in an elevator on this flight.
So Mr. Hicks, He's really dead?
Yes. She's trembling, although I can't fault her for that when there's a corpse right there.
Mr. Hicks, if you're really dead, then please answer yes.
See, she's over the trembling now, although a new symptom seems to have appeared. Anyway, I should focus on the victim's body. Let's see. There's blood on the back of Mr. Hicks' head. Could this be the cause of death? He appears to have been struck very hard. Okay, well, I already know what two pieces put together. Even his glasses are broken. Broken glasses? Okay, what's that in his pocket? There's something sticking out of his pocket. Hope he won't mind if I take a look at what's inside. Huh? It's a picture. It looks like it was taken inside a building somewhere. Photo of Mr. Hicks found in the victim's pocket, a souvenir picture, perhaps? Okay, we've already discussed. Money is strewn all over the floor of the elevator. I would guess it was all in Mr. Hicks' wallet at some point. Okay, that's kind of it then, right? Oh, shoe? There's no grape juice residue on the soles of his shoes, making it highly unlikely that Mr. Hicks entered this elevator after the turbulence. Don't really know what else there is to really examine. Everything feels kinda... Money. That was already examined. Everything here is examined from what I can tell. Okay, well, I think I already know what to put together. Murder weapon, blunt force trauma, right? That would make sense, no? Yeah. A statue with blood on it lying next to the body of a man who was beaten to death.
Oh, Mr. Edgeworth! I think I figured something out.
Yes? What is it?
The way the blood... the way the blood is on this, it looks like it matches up with the wound on his head.
Yeah, that's what I was Alright. Well, aren't we deserving of the master of the obvious title?
Well, what do you think, Mr. Edgeworth? Don't you think that's worth investigating?
It would appear that this figurine is our murder weapon.
Oh, I just knew it! I mean, I can't think of any other connection.
Huh. Perhaps Master of the Oblivious would be more befitting. Cool. Captain Ugo piggyback data jotted down in my organizer, usually on display at the in-flight shop, found at the crime scene of the with blood on it. I don't think anything else really directly connects in that manner, but we did get... Yeah, we got everything out of there. There's some spilled grape juice in front of the elevator. I assume it was spilled during the turbulence.
Oh, we must clean that up or someone might get hurt. Aha! Huh? What is it, Mr. Edgeworth?
I found some very important evidence. What is the important piece of evidence in this scene? The fucking footy printy!
Take that!
Take that!
What is it?
They're a little smudged, but I think we can both agree that they are a set of footprints.
So you think...
Yes, these belong to our killer.
Oh, then maybe we should check the shoe sizes of everyone in first class.
I don't think it will be any help to us. Unfortunately, the prints are a bit too smudged, which will make it hard to get the definitive match.
Oh, I see. She looks so upset!
Here lies... Ugo Hughes? A pity that a bronze statue knows not when good drink has been spilt at its feet.
This is a statue of our founder, Mr. Ugo Hughes, who was a big fan of grape juice. I'm sure he would be thrilled if he knew so much grape juice was here at his feet.
Is that a hint of hero worshipping I detect? Okay. There's more spilling here. There's also this thing that's irrelevant. There are a few copies of Sky magazine in the magazine rack.
This one's special is an English trivia quiz.
That's not a bad idea. I've heard that the youth of today don't know a particle from a
Damn, he's right. The fuck is a participle? Now, please don't go around confusing people with made-up words, Mr. Edgeworth. Who's ever heard of such a silly word, participle?
Is that a real word? Participle. Is that a real word? Oh, it is. A word formed from a verb and used as an adjective. for a noun. Good. In English, participles are also used to make. Go. Oh. Okay. It's a. Alright. I don't think I've ever heard participle. Or if I'm even pronouncing that right. How do you pronounce it?
Participle.
Participle. Yeah, no, I don't know if I've ever heard that in my life. Anyways. Case in point. Okay, so that was irrelevant too. These bottles and glasses must have been broken by the turbulence. There's quite a bit of broken glass here. Please be careful when passing through the area. I'm literally stepping on top of the broken glass.
Thank you very much for the warning, Mr. Edgeworth. However, no matter how kind you are towards me, know that it doesn't clear up any suspicions I have about you.
I wasn't warning you for the sake of clearing my name. Dude, it's so cool.
This door leads to the flight attendant's room, but please understand that it's off limits to unauthorized personnel.
This room is giving off the scent of women's perfume. One would think that perfume would smell great, however, to me it simply smells. Not that I have any interest in what lies behind this door.
Perhaps we should return to the investigation, Mr. Edgeworth? Mr. Edgeworth?
Sorry, I spaced out for a second there. What the fuck? There's a bottle here. I don't know if that's relevant. These counter windows offer a glimpse of the sky, but these clouds, they tell me nothing.
Mr. Edgeworth, you look like you're talking to the clouds.
Is that so? Then tell me, what do you suppose I said to them?
I don't know, but it looked like a rather one-sided conversation.
The clouds, they tell me nothing. Oh, this table, bro? I don't know. Glasses and candles thrown into disarray by the turbulence.
It's been a while since I've seen this big of a mess. It's terribly embarrassing, but I thought it was an earthquake for a second. And I frantically started searching for gas valves to shut off.
I guess the shaking of the plane was bad enough to be mistaken for a real earthquake. Not that I would know, since I was unconscious for most of it. The fuck am I supposed to investigate? I feel like I've piano?
This grand piano is the pride of... Oh, this grand piano is the pride of this plane. It can play the music of whatever CD we insert into the CD drive.
That's not a piano! It's more like an overgrown music box.
Ah, but its keys depress along with the music as though there really is someone playing it.
Some people have entirely too much money to waste on overly complex toys. What the fuck am I meant to investigate?
Oh.
What or who is this?
This is a bronze statue of the founder of Goyo Airlines, Mr. Hugo Hughes. The one on the left is when he was in his 40s, and the other of him in his 80s.
Did the man age at all over those 4 decades? Maybe I need to squint more.
Really? Okay. Hold on. Chair.
This toppled over chair. Yet another victim of the turbulence.
Ah, no! Look at that grape juice staining the back! It may not look it, but this chair was extremely valuable.
It was?
Yes, it was used when the Rocker Pals came to tour this plane. The Rocker Pals leaders sat in this very chair.
I'm sorry, but what are these Rocker Pals?
Can't believe you've never heard of them. They're all the rage. The Rocker Pals are an extremely popular international band. They added the pals part as they became more popular, especially among teens.
Ah, that explains it. I'm not really one for the music of today. Maybe I should ask Detective Gumshoe about them later. On second thought, I can already see how confusing the conversation would get.
Seriously! Okay.
Do I have to go to the, look at this?
The in-flight shop is just beyond these shutters, but we don't have permission to open them, so I'm afraid I must leave them closed.
There must still be clues to be found here in this lounge. I must remain ever vigilant. The fuck are we talking about? I feel like everything that shows up... I won't rest until I've... Really? There's still stuff here? Oh, deduce. I completely forgot about deduce. Okay, what do we got here? Oh. Deduce what was on his fucking thing. Is this spot somehow connected to any of the evidence I hold? Yes, it is. This thing. Eureka! Eureka! Mr. Hicks's machine is nowhere to be found.
His machine?
His cell phone, Miss De Niro.
Ah, so I guess because it's not here.
Yes, I think we can safely deduce that the killer took it. Okay, missing cell phone. Was that fucking it? What other evidence do... Okay, so wait, we can't deduce anymore. It literally won't let me. So, with that set, let me see what she...
Are you in need of assistance?
I'm gonna do all this.
Miss Tenero,
I'd like to ask you if... I did not do the voice for a second there. Miss Tenero, I'd like to ask you about investigating the lounge.
As long as you have the captain's permission, I can't stop you from looking around.
If you could pass a message along, tell him I'm grateful for his spirit of cooperation.
I will. However, please realize that you are still under suspicion. To be honest, I still have my doubts about you.
Of course, and I take no offense.
Do you really understand what I'm saying?
Yes, verily.
Do you pinky swear you do on your honor as a professional prosecutor?
I pinky swear I do on my honor as a professional prosecutor.
Well, I guess that settles that.
I feel my honor as a man slowly diminishing. Yeah, I'm just gonna go through all this. Did you notice anything?
I was wondering whose footprints those are next to the elevator.
I'd say the killers, wouldn't you say? Even if they aren't, I'm sure they are a vital clue to solving this case.
Ooh, maybe there are other clues waiting to be found in other places. Come on now, Mr. Edgeworth. Let's go find them together.
A word of advice, nobody likes a credit thief, so stop stealing my lines. Oh, she's pissed off. She does not like me. About the victim, I was wondering if you noticed anything, Miss Tenero.
Yes, I can't help but notice the sad atmosphere in here.
Yes. It is rather a tragic crime.
I'll say, robbing the poor man after bludgeoning him to death? Talk about rubbing in the salt. I can't forgive someone who would do this to a passenger of mine. I swear as a professional flight attendant that I will capture the culprit with my own hands.
And I promise as a prosecutor to solve this case with logic and deduction. Let's go over all the leads I've collected so far one more time. The key to solving lies at the intersection of my logic and the evidence. Anything I could present to her? Maybe I present this?
Even if you show this to me, I still cannot allow you free reign. I'm sorry, but I must admit that I still have my doubts about you.
Guilty until proven innocent, I see. Okay, so that doesn't... She'll probably... even if she shows... Okay, that's not gonna help. I'm gonna still try everything. Nope, wrong button. Even if you show me that... Okay. Okay. So she's got nothing for it. What if I show her a prosecutor back? Okay. Same response. Okay. Let's see if there's anything that I can fucking... Broken glass? Oh! Where was the killer spilled grape juice? Because it's like... What? Really? These pieces don't fit together quite right. This body was found. It connects with 1F and 2F. The victim's glasses are broken. Were they broken during the murder? Spilled grape juice. I don't know how any of that fucking connects. There's the spilled... Can we, like, leave? No, we can't. They won't let us. Okay, let's... I'm gonna save. Because now I just need to think with my brain. Okay, let's just start with where was the killer. The victim's body was found inside the elevator that connects 1F with 2F. Some spilled grape juice on the floor in front of the elevator. See, I don't feel like any of that connects to fucking anything. The only thing that I remotely thought fit together was where was the killer and spilled grape juice, because you can see the steps. So that was my thought, but now I'm like... really fucking confused. Can I investigate? There's nothing really new about this. We just know there's blood. There's some blood on one of the corners. Could this piggy bank be the murder weapon? We already knew that part. Can I can't investigate the cell phone. We don't know we don't know where the fuck it is. This we've already investigated. Grape juice stains on the outer cover. True, it was I who dropped in the juice. However, I didn't do it out of ill intentions. That's great, man. The fuck are we doing right now? Okay. Is there like... Spilled grape juice in a pool at my feet. Unfortunately, the delightful scent of grapes is obscured by the unpleasant smell of the crime scene.
The scent in the air. It's the same smell as the smell of my towels after they come out of my home dryer.
I would have never expected something like that by looking at you. I suppose everyone has something unpleasant about them. What the fuck are we talking about? Okay, the fucking footprints. There's also... Ooh, wait a minute. There's also wheels, though. Like wheel tracks. I think I remember a suitcase being involved in this case. Motherfucker, everything has been... Okay, not what I wanted to press. Sorry, ma'am. I already checked this area earlier, but it never hurts to take another look. Okay, so I've done everything here. And I'm like 80% sure I've investigated everything here. And 90% of it was not needed. I'm just gonna... I wanna fuse some shit. The killer dip? What? True, there wasn't anyone else in the lounge other than myself right before the turbulence. But if the killer was in the elevator along with the victim, then that's a different story. Oh, wait, we might... Okay, that... Oh, I didn't know it could... Oh, shit's changed! If only I could prove that the killer rode the elevator with Hicks. There we go! That's how we connect them! There we fucking go! God damn it! That took... I didn't realize that... Okay. So I was right, but I skipped a step. Understood. I have it! Huh? I'm sorry, but I don't understand, Mr. Edgeworth. I can prove that someone other than myself was here around the time of the murder. What? Really? Yes, it's rather simple, actually. The proof is in the pudding, or rather, the grape juice, in this case. These footsteps here confess to me this very fact, that someone exited this elevator alive. Seeing as how the victim is dead, that would mean a second person. But couldn't the footprints be from Mr. Hicks himself? Ah, but if you take a look at our victim's shoes, you can see the soles are spotless. Okay, that was another thing I was thinking. I thought we would get that as a little puzzle piece. We didn't get that as a puzzle piece, so that also tripped me up. Okay, we're back on track now. Which means... Mr. Hicks wasn't alone in the elevator. In fact, it's quite the opposite. There was actually one other person inside the elevator. Grape juice footprints have been jotted down in my organizer. Investigation complete. There we go. There's just one little bit that I didn't know what the fuck we were doing. Got it. Understood. Got it. What's going on over there? Oh, cool. Wingding. Anytime it's this kind of text, I'm just gonna say wingdings. That's the fucking... I already forgot the name of his country. That's their language, though. It's just wingdings. Wingdings. Oh, you're talking about someone... Oh, that's... Okay, she also knows wingdings. Wingdings. Unforgivable! This is unforgivable! Yeah, man? Do you understand what I am saying? The movie is late! It is the same level of bad as if the plane arrived late. The movie... What? I will not talk to you anymore. You are just wasting my time. What is the matter, Mr. LeBlanc? If there was no emergency, please return to your seat, sir. Do not tell me what to do! I need not to sit down! Well, Mr. Prosecutor, did you prove you are innocent yet? I actually did, dickhead. If you would like, I will prove my innocence to you right now. What? Nonsense! Are you saying my eyewitness testimony is mistaken? Not mistaken, merely that there is room for doubt. I'd be most honored if you could please tell me what you saw in detail once more. Fine! Suit yourself! I just can't. Sorry, my undead unlock brain is like, haha, he doing the undead bullet. Or like red bullet or crimson bullet. It's crimson bullet. Is it crimson? I thought crimson bullet was like the upgraded one and red bullet was like a lower version. I don't know, but maybe it was just crimson bullet. Alright. Alright, there we go. God, his nose is so pronounced. What I saw. Oh, my neck is killing it. I am certain I saw Mr. Hicks enter that elevator. It was when the needles on my pocket watch pointed to the 6 and the 12.
The body was discovered 15 minutes after that in the lounge, yes? Then you, the only person in the lounge at that time, must be the criminal.
Alright, I already know what to do. Mr. LeBlanc's conclusions seem to make logical sense. After all, the only person in the lounge at the supposed time of the murder was me.
So, my eyewitness testimony. If you think you can destroy it, then come at me.
My God. I don't think I can read.
Then come, let me see. Hurry. Do I like a man who is having the time to wait for you?
What the fuck? What are you even remotely trying to say? Why is he so irritated? I'm the one accused of murder here. Anyway, I must find a way to discredit Mr. LeBlanc's account somehow and fast. What I saw, except you didn't see shit, bitch. I inserted Mr. Hicks's when I was needles on my pocket, pointing at 6 to 12. The body was discovered 15 minutes after that in the lounge, and you are the only person in the lounge that must be the criminal, except I'm fucking not. Spilled during the turbulence looks like footprints and there's something being dragged.
Objection!
Wrong. What? Your testimony just now, and this piece of evidence. I cannot believe how much time I have spent here. You will pay for this time when your piece of evidence. No, stop. This is a valuable piece of evidence. If you do not know how to use it, then give it to me. I will try to use it for you. Ow! I know how to use it just fine. Thank you. I simply made an error. Okay, wait. Now I actually gotta think, because I thought the only person. Is it like here? Okay, so no. Okay. Body was discovered 15 minutes in the lounge when needles pointed.
Hold it!
I assume the pocket watch in this case is the one you keep checking. Is the one you keep checking, is that correct?
Oh, you noticed! It is a very expensive antique, I will have you know.
Oh my gosh. Okay.
The feeling is wonderful when I fully wind it up by hand.
It does look very well designed and quite classy.
I will have to charge you if you want to touch it.
That's quite alright. Let's continue with your testimony.
Huh, what a cheap man you are. Now return the time you wasted back to me. And if we must, I saw Mr. Hicks enter the elevator at 6 o'clock.
The body was discovered 15 minutes. Okay, let's go to this.
Hold it!
Mr. LeBlanc, were you able to get a good look at the inside of the elevator at that time?
Of course I saw what was inside.
And you are sure that the victim was in the elevator alone?
Yes! The only person inside was that Mr. Hicks man.
This last outburst is a bit too important to let go. Only person inside was that Mr. Hicks man. Oh, okay, then that's when I pull this out.
Objection!
There we go. Okay, I just had the placement wrong. So far, every time I've been wrong, in this case at least, it's just been because I was a little too early and I skipped a step in what was the right answer. I wasn't wrong. I was just impatient. What was the one I even did? It was like the last one. It's like, then you, the only person in the lounge at the time, must be the criminal. So I thought the grape juice footprints was going to do exactly what we're about to say now of he wasn't alone. My fucking bad. Mr. LeBlanc.
What is it?
There is a very glaring contradiction in your testimony.
What do you mean?
Please take a look at the area in front of the elevator. There's fucking footprints, stupid ass. There, all that spilled... At the spilled grape juice.
Yes, and? Will you admit you also spilled it with the blood?
No, it spilled itself during the turbulence. But the interesting thing here is the set of grape juice footprints.
Footprints?
Yes, the ones that lead from within the elevator out into the lounge itself. It's evidence that proves that someone other than Mr. Hicks exited the elevator alive.
Oh,
there must have been another person in the elevator with Mr. Hicks. Now then, I'm done playing games. Why don't you tell us the truth?
Wingdings! Wingdings!
Can you please translate for us? Oh, there she fucking is. Is her never mind, I'm not gonna... Yes, I am gonna point that out. Is her fucking nipple sticking out there? Like, there's just a weird little, like... I hope my mouse is trying... There's, like, the weird little imperfection in, like, the... That's totally... Alright, this game's weird.
No way. That's totally impossible, I guess is what he said. No way, that is totally impossible! I know there was no other person in there. I saw with my own eye. You know what I'm fucking turning into? I just realized what the fuck I'm doing. I'm doing the same inflection as the motherfucker from Despicable Me 4 that was voiced by Will Ferrell. The fucking weird cockroach dude. That movie's bad, by the way. Unrelated, it's just a bad movie. That's what I'm fucking doing, though. I'm doing the same inflection that motherfucker had. Oh my god. I'm gonna run with that, I guess. Fuck it. I know there was no other person in there. I saw with my own eyes. If you want to know what I think, Mr. Edgeworth, I don't think Mr. LeBlanc is lying to you. I suppose she's right, he doesn't seem to be lying. But then, what does it mean? What about this contradiction? Mr. LeBlanc, please, just one more. Will you recall the details of what you witnessed for me? Why are you sweating, bro? If you're telling the truth, why are you sweating? I was very upset when Mr. Hicks passed by my seat. I was always checking the time over and over again. I happened to follow that man with my eyes when he passed me. I saw clearly into the elevator he was entering. But I swear there was no one else inside. No one! I already know what we have to do for this. Mr. LeBlanc, if you would please calm down. What? Dare you two have an issue with my eyewitness testimony? No, not at all. Please forget I said anything. Yet again, he doesn't appear to be lying. But I can't let this testimony stand as the truth. Because it's not. It's not the truth, bullshitter. I was very upset when Mr. Hicks passed by my seat. So we press this and he's gonna be like, why were you upset? Because of the fucking instrument? Or the machine? And he's gonna be like, what machine? The phone? And then it's gonna be, ooh, that's interesting. We should take note of that. Then his testimony is gonna be like, he had the machine and it pissed me off. And then we say, well, actually, he has no phone. So, fuck you. So, are you still upset now? I am always upset! The only time I am not is when I have a piece of art in my hands! Surprisingly easy to believe that about him. But I was even more upset when Mr. Hicks walked by me! I was always...
Hold it!
Never mind. What the fuck? Why were you so attentive to the time? Because something unforgivable was happening! Come to think of it, you were yelling about something unforgivable earlier. I was giving a compliment to the attendant about the movie starting time. Return back to me my time in money. You understand the point. Movie? Is he talking about the in-flight one that's mentioned in the magazine? The movie is from 6 to 8, so he's not wrong. I don't know why I said that in an Edgeworth voice, but we're fine. A summary of the plot and its start time. Interesting. Where's the summary of the plot? Where's the fucking summary of the plot? What's the plot? Thank you for choosing Go-Yo Airlines. We wish to have, if you require assistance at any time, please, will be served at times shown, but drinks will be served. Oh. License to Love, Laugh, Maim, and something. Genre, suspense, hard-boiled action, runtime 120 minutes. Okay. They were supposed to show License to Love, Laugh, Maim, and Murder. I cannot see that movie in my country. You can only see it on international flights. It's called pirating. I look forward greatly to that movie. I check my pocket watch whenever possible so I would not miss it. I even set my pocket watch to the destination time when I came on board. So my watch is not wrong. I matched the schedule. But the movie is still late. Very, very late. Hold it. Dude. Your pocket watch, I'd like to ask you a little more about it if that's alright. The movie I wanted to see would not start, so I checked my pocket watch many times. My watch is set to the destination. There it is, destination's time. I always said, okay, but that's not what it says.
Objection!
That's not what it says. I don't know why that was the sound of him tapping his forehead. Mr. LeBlanc, you said just now in your testimony, I even set my pocket watch to the destination time when I came on board. Now, if your watch has been set to our destination's time zone, it would mean that your watch is displaying the time of our destination. Yes, and the correct time is worth its 6 cents. I would like you to take a look at this, you stupid bitch. If you believe this Sky magazine, clocks on this flight will run in accordance with the time of our departure time zone. Of course, the movie schedule was also created with that in mind. Miss Tenero, for confirmation's sake, what time zone is this flight aligned to right now? Well, we made a short stop at a transfer point. That's right. It was in that small Asian country, the Republic of Zhengfa. Oh.
Okay.
But we didn't readjust our onboard clocks at that time. So right now we are still running on Borginian time.
What? The time difference between Borginian and our destination is 9 hours. In that case, it's only natural that your watch would be out of sync with the schedule. Further, with your analog watch set to our destination's time, it would appear to be running 3 hours fast when compared to the flight's onboard clocks. It also changes everything about your testimony, and you can bet 1,000,000 cents on that. In light of this information, it means you saw Mr. Hicks 3 hours prior at 3 a.m. My 1,000,000 cents! And now we've switched sides. Why the fuck we do that? This should clear up all of the remaining accusations.
So this basically widens the time frame for the time of death, right?
Yes, because Mr. LeBlanc saw the victim enter the elevator at 3 a.m. It means that the time of death could be anywhere from 3 to 6:15 a.m. The question now is, where was Mr. Hicks during that span of time, and what was he doing?
I've got something to say.
I'm not doing this voice justice compared to Iolite. And you are?
Yeah, oh, I'm Cammy Meal, and I'm a flight attendant.
And what is it you wish to say?
Well, I think your story is a little different from how I remember it.
What do you mean, Cammy?
I saw Mr. Hicks sitting in his seat at 5 a.m., you know?
What? How can you be so sure of the time?
Oh, that's right! He pushed his call button while we were parked at the transfer point.
A message from Captain Ugo. This flight will be making a brief stop to refuel and transfer cargo in the Republic of Zhengfa between 4 and 5 a.m. We ask that all passengers remain on board at that time. Thank you for your cooperation. Ah, the stop we made for refueling and cargo transfer in Zhengfa, correct?
Yes, it was from 4 to 5 a.m. according to our clocks.
And during that time, did any of the passengers leave, or did any new ones board this flight?
No, not a single person got off or on in Zhengfa.
What about the flight crew?
The few who were handling the cargo transfer might have temporarily gotten on or off, but eventually everyone, including Cammy and myself, came back to the plane.
So basically, I can assume that no one left or got on since our initial takeoff. What is this music? There she is. Yep, there she is. You made it in time. You made it in time, Iolite. Welcome. I hope my performance isn't god-awful, because I'm not doing this voice justice compared to you. I want to point out, so I'm still in the table read. Oh, that fucking sucks. L. Again, L. I DM'd Iolite, yo, I found out Cammy if you want to see me do your impression. She said, shoot, I'm doing a table read. My response was L. Her response, I'll kill you. In-game. In Ace Attorney Investigations. I'll be the next victim. Case 3. That'll be the third game, is I'll be the victim. Could you fucking imagine? They make Ace Attorney Investigations 3, and there's just a redhead wearing green as a victim, and a random purple head. That's a promise! And just a random purple-haired girl as the killer. Dude, I'd be so unironically happy if that happened. That'd be so fucking awesome. Capcom, if you want to make this little poorly drawn boy overly happy, please do that for Ace Attorney Investigations 3. I'll get you. I don't doubt that. So basically, I can assume that no one left or got on since our initial takeoff. Interesting. I should keep that in mind. Refueling in Zhengfa made a brief stop from 4 a.m. to 5 a.m. to transfer cargo and refuel at transfer point.
Yeah, and I answered his call. I can tell you Mr. Acme Hicks was there in his seat when we took off again at 5 a.m.
Cool. I got Cammy's testimony. Alright, then that puts the time of the murder between 5 and 6:15 a.m.
Okay, now what time did you come down to the lounge, Mr. Edgeworth?
I remember coming down here almost as soon as we left the Republic of Zhengfa. Ah! Now I know this looks bad.
You were here the whole time from 5, yes? Then you are the only one who could be the killer. Mr. Edgeworth, were you really here in this lounge the entire time from 5 a.m. onwards?
Unfortunately, yes.
But then how do we explain the footprints? Is that not obvious? This man waited for Mr. Hicks here in this lounge, waited to kill him, and then he put his corpse into the elevator. That is when the turbulence happened. My eyewitness testimony may have been mistaken, but what time I saw Mr. Hicks enter the elevator on the second floor does not matter, because the entire incident concluded here in this lounge.
Everything happened in this lounge. Is that what you really believe, Mr. LeBlanc?
Do you have another idea?
I simply feel that there is something out of place in the scenario you presented. Is there something that can tie this crime to a location other than this lounge? The photo? Maybe? The photo? I was wrong and stupid.
I don't need to hear a wild desperation stories. Grasping for weeds, I think is how you say it, yes?
I didn't mean to pull that piece out. It was a simple slip of the hand, I assure you. It wasn't. I can't save. This is bullshit.
The footprints?
Take that!
There we go. These footprints, in which direction do you think these are headed?
That would be...
Oh, that's not him.
That would be the in-flight shop.
Correct. They are headed in the direction of the shop.
But they look disconnected. They end all of a sudden.
You are right to point that out. Oops. You are right to point out that they do not form one continuous trail to the shop. However, there is another piece of evidence that connects the shop to our crime scene. Besides the footprints, what else points to the in-flight? Oh, the thing? This thing? Right? Yeah, it would be this.
Take that!
The murder weapon. This little piggy bank is sold at the in-flight shop. It is sold there and only there and is not displayed here in this lounge. How then did it find its way here? Don't you find that a tiny bit suspicious?
Huh! Such a trivial point. It only means that you prepared it, taking it from the shop first before coming here. It doesn't prove you are innocent at all.
Is there no way to win with this man?
Hold it, if I may. What is it? You see, well, it's just as Mr. Edgeworth says. Oh, and why do you know this so well?
Well, it's just that I fucking work the store. That piggy bank was there in the shop. I saw it with my own eyes. And when was this? It was maybe around 5:40 a.m.? Isn't that just before we hit that patch of turbulence?
That's right. You were in the shop just before the turbulence?
Yes, I was. Come to think of it... Miss Tenero, when I found the body, I believe you came out of that door.
Yes, I did.
And what is beyond that door? That's the flight attendant's room.
Then you were on the first floor?
Yes. I had to do something at the shop and in the flight attendant's room, so I went to the shop first and then to the flight attendant's room. Are you saying you passed by me at some point?
Yes, you seemed really into the issue of Sky magazine you were reading at the time. I don't suppose you noticed me walking by.
I vaguely recall someone walking by, but I didn't take notice of who it was.
Anyway, the piggy bank was definitely there at the shop when I went there. Why did you go to the shop in the first place?
I went there for a work-related matter.
Work, you say?
Yes, the upkeep of the shop is also one of my responsibilities.
Why did you not say anything about that until now is what I want to know.
'Cause I don't gotta tell you shit, bitch. In any case, I believe it's clear that the shop needs to be investigated as well. Shall we head over there then?
Hold it.
What is it now?
Aren't you forgetting something, Miss Rhoda? Don't you need the captain's permission to check the shop?
No, I haven't forgotten, but I have already asked him for permission to search the entire plane. So I think we're all right.
That's weird.
What is?
Well, I just talked to the captain, see, and he said that he didn't give you permission to do anything like that at all.
Oh. What is the meaning of this, Miss Tenero?
It means she's lying. Go on, admit that you are. You said that you had permission to search all over, but you don't, and yet here you are.
I'm trying. So the whole thing is just make her sound as like not give a shit as possible.
You flight attendant, what are you trying to do? Pull the sheep over us? The captain's calling for you, Miss Rhoda. Oh, but don't worry. I already got permission to search the shop from the captain. See, unlike you, I do things the right way.
Damn, that was fucking backhanding as shit. Miss Tenero, why would you do such a thing?
Please excuse me. Looks like I get to be in charge now. Please go back to your seat, Mr. LeBlanc. Now then, Mr. Edgeworth, if you would follow me, I'll be your guide from now on. Much like the character in Spirit of Justice, I'll be your guide.
Something about Miss Tenero that has piqued my curiosity, but right now, investigating in-flight shop is my top priority. Alright, let's fucking go then.
March 12th, 8:32 a.m., flight G390, first floor in-flight shop.
So this is the in-flight shop. It's quite a mess in here.
You think? Guess I'll have to clean things up then.
Hold on! Back the fuck up, bitch! You can't clean up a potential crime scene!
Oh, thank goodness.
Why is she looking at me? Back the fuck up!
Oh, thank goodness. I hate cleaning so much.
I mustn't rush things here. I must remain cool, calm, and collected. Because this piggy bank was left at the crime scene. Murder weapon, Captain Ugo. Blood on this is still fresh. Could this be the murder weapon? Why do we get that back? There's a very good chance that the killer had paid this place a visit. Begin investigation. Hey, so I've already noticed something. I don't know if stream can see it. You can, okay. These little fucking things. Stuffed toys, just like the ones Miss Meal is holding, are on display here. They're relatively cheap, which explains why they're displayed so haphazardly.
How about it, Mr. Edgeworth? You know you want one too. They're great for when you're stressed.
Why do I envision stuffed animal abuse when she says that?
Well, it's probably because that's exactly what she's fucking saying. Anyway, let's look at the glass.
The glass from this display case's door is shattered all over the floor. And it looks like there's nothing on display inside either, huh? Wait, actually, I think there is something. What's this? A mini captain's hat. Okay, interesting. What about over here? There's a wide selection of souvenirs for sale in these display cases.
You know what I'd suggest?
Sorry, but I have no intention of buying souvenirs on this trip.
Okay, then how about you buy something for me then, as a present?
I can't think of a single reason why I'd want to buy you anything.
But I've had my eye on that pendant for such a long time.
Try paying some attention to me when I ask you something, and then we'll talk. Alright, well there's all these things on the floor. Inside this display case is a row of lifesavers and life vests for sale.
We sell a lot of those when there's some kind of accident or something, but some people buy them even when nothing's going on. How about it, Mr. Edgeworth? Care to buy one?
I sense that this shop is one shopper away from being sued.
Yeah, that's kind of fucking insane.
Alright, let's look at this. What are these?
Oh, those are our company's completely original suitcases. They're practically flying out the door. That's how popular they are. You should buy one and see how you like it. You won't regret it.
Perhaps that's how things work on this flight, but in the real world, you try, then buy.
No way! But either way, it doesn't really matter.
True, either way, why would anyone buy a suitcase after they've boarded the plane? Anyway. Oh, shit.
Anyway, see that? Just look at all the Captain Ugo heads painted on their cute company mascot, isn't he? They're painted on with lots of care. Doesn't he look like he's about to jump out at you?
It is certainly making something jump inside my stomach.
Huh? Oh, I guess there's no fooling your refined taste. You look like you really wanted to get one, and I thought I was gonna finally make my first sale, but you saw right through it. Glad that's done, though. Never make me try to give you sales pitch ever again, okay?
But I never showed any interest in it to begin with.
See, it really is pretty horrible, isn't it? You wanna know something? These suitcases were designed by Miss Rhoda.
Miss Tenero designed this.
Yeah, it was a company-wide contest.
Well, does a very sharp design sense.
Sharp? Like stinky sharp cheddar, maybe. I really had no idea why the bigwigs decided to go with it. It's so... bleh.
Miss Tenero designed this, did she? It's definitely not what I would have expected. Oh! Holy shit! Ah!
You okay?
I'm fine! Please watch yourself, Miss Mew. Letting a suitcase freely roll around has got to be a safety violation. Okay.
Here, I'll put it back.
Great, and now you're just staring at me. That's so... Love that. Okay, wait. Let me use the... I just realized that's totally just the world with the inverted... The world! That's totally just the world. Okay, anyways. Tiny captain hat.
See, I don't want to just say the thing has a tiny captain hat. But also, that's all I can really think that would be related to that at all.
You know what I mean? So I'm gonna do it. But I ain't going down for it. Anyways, the world! Tiny Captain Satin, murder weapon, Captain Ugo. Ugo, I assume Ugo. I don't know. Anyway, connect! Wow, that actually did work. What the fuck? The hat probably used to be on the piggy bank's head. Let's give it a go and see. Wow, it fit. I believe this piggy bank was forcibly removed from this display case. Does this mean that the killer broke the glass to get at it? Interesting.
Really?
Don't tell me you don't know what things go where in this shop.
Well, I don't. Miss Rhoda is in charge of this place, so come on. How should I know anything?
I sense that further inspection of this display case is needed. Okay. Let's do it then. I won't rest until I've inspected every little butt crack. Alright, deduce. I mean, I probably just did somehow connected to any of the evidence I have. Yeah, probably that. Yeah, probably that.
Eureka!
Eureka! There is definitely something very unusual about this.
About what?
If the killer had broken the glass to get at the Captain Ugo bank, there should be shards of glass inside the case itself.
Oh, I see. Yeah, I guess it'd be like that.
However, there's not a single piece of glass inside the display case.
Nope. No, there isn't.
Which means that the glass was broken from inside out. The piggy bank must have fallen over from the turbulence and right through the glass.
Yeah, that's for sure. There's so much glass all over the floor.
I'm willing to bet that this hat was knocked off its head at that time too.
Eh? That's nice.
Which leads me to believe that the killer took the Captain Ugo bank from here after the turbulence. Okay. Take your power naps on your own time, Miss Meal, and listen when I'm talking. But the murder occurred before the turbulence, which rules this piggy bank out as the murder weapon.
So, you mean the piggy bank's not the real murder weapon? It's a fake?
Yes, at this point, that is a very real possibility.
But then what if, when the killer went to take Captain Ugo, they broke the glass by accident?
The display case is locked, so that's highly unlikely.
But there's one person who could have.
Oh, and who would that be?
Miss Rhoda, of course. I mean, she is the one in charge of this place, so she has the keys to everything.
Miss Rhoda Tenero, huh? I'm gonna be real. You are very keen on making Rhoda the culprit of the. Oh, I can still. Already checked this earlier, but it hurts. It never hurts to take another look. Okay, so we got everything we needed from there. There's flowers. Hold on, flat. No, I don't want to talk to flower. Beautiful flowers in a beautiful arrangement. I feel cleansed just by looking at them. Well, you're kind of stepping on a few of them, you know, Mr. Edgeworth. Oh, excuse me. Oh. Okay, so that wasn't relevant at all. Okay, so what can we... The world! What can we do here? Maybe the... Maybe? Maybe? Okay, yeah, that's fair. Not exactly a shining example of perfect line of logic. Yeah, I'm aware. Suitcase... Okay, hold on. I'm gonna save before I do anything because I don't want to go down for this. But... The world! Suitcase turbulence because it was rolling around a lot? There we go. Yes, there was definitely something wrong here. What's with the sun yelling? Tell me, Miss Meal, don't you think there's something strange about these suitcases? Oh, well, sure. They totally ooze strange, like the color and the such. That's not what I'm talking about. Now pay attention. Ah, you're scaring me, Mr. Edgeworth. Sorry. These suitcases are lined up a bit too prim and proper. Yeah, they look a bit uptight, don't they? But I guess they take after their creator. Again, that's not what I meant, Miss Meal. Don't you find it unusual that these cases are the only things undisturbed by the turbulence? Never mind, I'd sooner find an answer by inspecting these suitcases myself. Upon closer inspection, they really are quite hideous. I wonder how Miss Rhoda would have reacted if she'd heard what you just said. What's wrong? She makes a good point. It would be wise of me to watch what I say out loud. What's this? I've spotted something that's not quite right.
Take that!
There's something very peculiar about these wheels. Huh? As in, there are no stoppers in place on these. Without stoppers, one would think that the turbulence would have set it flying. And... oh my fucking god. And so, it is very likely that this suitcase was placed here after we hit that turbulence. Let's take a closer look at it, shall we? Like the grape juice. What's this? The wheel is completely covered in something. God, this is hurting my eyes to look at. I also think I might be a little lightheaded. Hold on. Okay. I don't know if that picked up on the microphone. If it did, oopsies. This color and this scent. It appears the substance in question is grape juice. But why would there be juice on the wheel of a suitcase? It would appear to be unlocked. Let's take a look at what's inside. Murder! A piece of cloth, and it's soaked with blood. Ah, it's blood! It appears that this suitcase is very strongly tied to our murder after all. Investigation complete because I'm fucking awesome. Refill my bar. Thank you. So, explain this to me? What does this suitcase have to do with the murder? I believe it's pretty safe to say that the killer used this suitcase in some manner. Such as to move something, perhaps? But are you just talking about the cloth, then? That alone is too small. A larger item would be needed to move what I'm thinking of. The thing I believe the killer used to transport is... the dude? Mayhaps?
Take that!
Something that would fit inside a suitcase that is also covered in blood. Sounds like a dead body, doesn't it? Ah, Goyo suitcase data jotted down in my organizer. Bloody cloth as well. But... hold on. Alright.
In light of this, I'd say that Mr. Hicks was moved into the elevator from someplace else, which means that the murder was committed in an entirely...
Oh my god! Damn, that one snuck up on me.
Murder was committed in an entirely different location. Excuse the burp slash hiccup slash... I'm not sure what that was.
Okay. So you're saying that after moving the body into the elevator, the killer brought the suitcase in here and just left it?
Exactly.
I think you're full of shit.
What is it?
Nothing. It's just that. I was thinking about what Miss Rhoda said about coming here for something. Excuse me, Mr. Edgeworth?
Yeah, I had a feeling it was Rhoda.
Hey, girl. I wanted to give you a bit more time, but I'm afraid I wasn't able to convince the captain. I'm very sorry, Mr. Edgeworth, but the captain feels that he has allowed you ample time. He says that he'd appreciate if you could wrap it up here and return to your seat.
I understand his sentiments, however, if I'm not allowed to complete my investigation, the crime scene may become contaminated by the time we land. If I must stop, then I insist I be allowed to oversee the preservation of the two sites. Under your supervision, of course.
If that's your only condition, then I believe we can accommodate your wishes. I'm here to assist you in any way that I can, Mr. Edgeworth.
Oh, cool.
It sounds like fun. We can camp out and watch over everything together.
I found proof that the real crime scene was not in the lounge, and I have enough evidence to prove myself to be innocent of any wrongdoing. And yet, regarding what Miss Meal reminded me about Miss Tenero, I can't allow my investigation to end here. The truth must come to light.
To be continued right now, because I'm not stopping after an hour, or like 2 hours-ish. Not stopping after close to 2 hours. Fuck out of here. What the fuck? Oh, shit! That's the dude from the first game, third trial. What the fuck was his name? Hold on, give me a sec. I want to Google him because I know who that is. Ace Attorney 1 cast. It's not... No, I don't mean IMDb. I don't mean that. So close. I don't mean any of that. I mean, like, the actual character. I guess the anime would have it, right? So where is he? Salmonella. That was his fucking name? Alright. Also, didn't it say Wait, did it say Shu Takumi was the original cast? Japanese video game designer, director, and writer at Capcom. He created Ace Attorney series, directed many of his, provided the original voice for Phoenix Wright in the Japanese version of the first 4 games. What? That's sick as fuck. I didn't know that. That's cool. Anyway. Okay, sorry. I got a little distracted there. Anyways, let's continue the game. March 12th, 1 p.m. local time, Hope Springs Airport. I know that once we had landed, I'm supposed to let the local police take over. And thanks to Miss Tenero and Miss Meal, I was able to preserve the crime scene. But I just can't shake it. I wasn't able to talk with Miss Tenero in private. So I'm left wondering just what was she up to? Why did she do what she did? There must be a way for me to continue my investigation. Oh, is that Francisca?
I've been expecting you, Miles Edgeworth.
Yeah.
Francisca? I thought you were still in Germany.
I go where I am needed. And wherever there are criminals to be caught.
Oh, I thought there was going to be a second part to that.
Her name is Francisca von Karma, the daughter of my mentor, Manfred von Karma. She, like myself, is a prosecutor.
Also, I saw this recently. Apparently Manfred von Karma, his name is meant to be like, the joke is, or the pun, I guess, is meant to be man freed from karma. Which, like, I feel like is a stretch. I don't doubt it, but it feels like a stretch.
Are you heading up this case? Would be a bit of a relief if you are.
Don't you try to flatter me, Miles Edgeworth. I'm placing you under arrest.
What?
It's quite frustrating, actually. I had hoped to exact my revenge on you in a different venue, but I'll have to take what I can get. I never thought I'd see the day when a disciple of the House von Karma would become a criminal. Have you no shame?
Wait! It has all been a big misunderstanding. I didn't kill the victim.
A misunderstanding? I heard all about the murder over the police radio from the captain himself. You waited for the victim on the first floor and then beat him to death.
Francisca, do you honestly believe that I killed a man? Like, on some real shit here. Do you think I killed a guy?
I suppose I should reserve judgment until after I have investigated this for myself. I can put your arrest on hold until then.
That's as it should be.
Ha! I don't need a lecture on how to perform my duties from you of all people. To be perfect in every way, the fulfillment of that creed alone is all I strive for.
Well, I have my own creed of which I must fulfill, so why don't we solve this together?
I have to get going. The crime scene awaits. Don't you dare leave town.
Trust me, I had no intention to.
Detective Gumshoe!
Yes, sir!
Too slow!
Ow!
Listen up. I'm leaving you in charge of watching this man. Don't mess up, understand?
Mr. Edgeworth? I'm supposed to guard him?
A simple yes or no, detective.
Ah, yes, sir! Understood, sir! Damn! Just leave it to me!
Miles Edgeworth, if you interfere with my investigation, I'll arrest you on the spot. Are we clear? Now then, if you'll excuse me.
Alright, bye! I think, honestly, she's my least favorite prosecutor. Like, main prosecutor. Manfred doesn't count. The Paynes don't count. Yeah, I think out of all of them, she's my least favorite. I still like her. She's just my least... Yeah, I guess, yeah. Because it's Van Zykes, Black Quill, Sadmadhi, Gatto, Edgeworth. Ah, fuck, I forgot Clavier. Okay, wait. Van Zykes, Black Quill, Sadmadhi, Gatto, Edgeworth. I guess Clavier, Francisca. But that's like... I still love all of them. I haven't played Layton, the Professor Layton in Phoenix Wright game. Because I don't know what that prosecutor is like at all. Ooh, that'd be a fun stream idea. Ooh, wait, I might be cooking. Good to see you again, Mr. Edgeworth, sir. Boy, am I glad to see you're okay. Thank you, Detective. I believe in you, sir. You can lean on me. I'll get you through this. I have to admit, I'm a bit curious as to what Francisca is up to. Maybe I should ask the good detective. Very well. In that case, I have a few questions for you. But I want to talk to him first, see what lines he has. Looking from behind, I think I've seen this man somewhere before. Nope, I refuse. I put my foot down. Absolutely not. I refuse to read such a dated line. Nope, you can fuck off. Found it. Nope.
Ooh, I feel a wave of
I forgot how much I fucking hate him.
Ooh, I feel a wave of creative powers coming on. It's over 9,000.
I refuse to read that last bit. For my net. Holy fucking shit. I hope 2024 this guy just feels shame.
For my next movie, it's going to be The Steel Samurai, the warrior of Neo Old Tokyo, versus the World Samurai, champion of Earth. It's gonna...
I refuse. So the Steel Samurai is finally getting a movie. Ah, I bet he's fucking excited. What about you? Lunchland. Not bad. I guess it's gotten big enough to warrant its own branch shops. What should I go with?
I recommend our airport special World Flags lunchboxes, only available for a limited time. We have a variety of lunchboxes made up to look like different countries' flags.
I wonder if they're aiming to take Lunchland to the international market. Probably. Oh, there I go. I couldn't move for a second. Can I just leave? I should try to get some information out of Detective Gumshoe first. It would have been really funny if I could just leave. Hey, Gumshoe! So, how is the initial investigation going?
We just shipped the body off to the coroner's office. And we're taking statements now, sir.
That sounds like Francisca. She was always good at quick responses to a case. I'd say she was, a little too quick, sir. Oh, how so? I rushed over as soon as I got word of the affair, sir. But somehow, when I got here, Miss Von Karma was already here barking out orders at everyone. It was kind of creepy, as though she knew there had been a murder or something, and had come in advance to await your flight's arrival. That is sort of odd. She did show up rather quickly and out of the blue. Plus, I still don't know why she's here in America. There must be some backstory to all of this. Let's talk about Francisca. Miss Von Karma just kind of popped up at the prosecutor's office about a week ago, sir. Something about chasing down leads related to a certain incident. No details? It's kind of top secret, so she can't talk about it, even with me, sir. Knowing her, the only type of talking she likes to do is with her whip. Plus, I doubt the top secret part was what stopped her from talking to you, Detective. Although, I wonder if her case has anything to do with mine. Anyway, that's about all the info I have, sir. We should find out more as we investigate. Yes, it is high time to resume my investigation, starting with talking to the people involved in this case. Alright, well, let's go. Let's go. Oh, what in the... Who are you, dude? Who are you? Okay. March 12th, 1:37 p.m., flight G390, second floor, first class. So you must be the captain. Why, yes I am. And who might you be? I am the prodigy prosecutor, Francisca Von Karma, and I have a few questions for you. Ah, don't you dare, Captain, getting friendly with another woman. Oh, she's trying to fuck the captain. I'll never forgive you if you do. What are you talking about? I only have eyes for you, my dear Cammy. I wouldn't bet money on our dear captain to be much of a reputable person. Sure you don't want to ask the captain questions, sir? He was in the cockpit the entire time. I highly doubt he would know anything of use. Anyway, I'd like to leave that type of witness to Francisca and her whip. La-di-da-di-da-di-da-di-da. Yep. God, why? I knew it would happen. Anyways, la-di-da. I don't feel bad at all. Dickhead wouldn't let me investigate. Eat shit. March 12th, 1:40 p.m., flight G390, first floor lounge. Now see here. Sorry, I'm sorry. How long do you intend to hold me? It is impossible for me to be the criminal, I told you. Mr. LeBlanc. Oh, it is you. Tell this man to stop stopping me from going. Time is money. I don't have even 1 second of wasteful time to spend. I'm gonna just let this happen. I'm gonna just let that, whoa. Oh, shit's missing though, shit's missing. Hey, there's shit missing. I'm also gonna sneeze. And that shit had a build up to it, damn. Looks like we can't go beyond here, sir. Plus, the body has been sent off to the medical examiner's office for an autopsy. Then let's talk to them, I guess. Did you finish taking his statement yet? Yep, all done, sir. I do not concern if you're not done examining the cargo hold. I want my cargo back. Interesting, let's talk about your cargo. If you make a single scratch on my art, you will pay. Art? What sort of art? Mr. LeBlanc is an art dealer, so he's got a bunch of artwork down in the cargo hold, sir. There's practically a mountain of them, large and small. From folk costumes to stone statues, I sell all kinds of arts. Folk costumes? Speaking of which, Mr. LeBlanc's hat kind of looks like that other piece of cloth. Let's talk about that. Hey, so do you know anything about blood on your shit? Mr. LeBlanc, can you please take a look at this for me? Oh, it's a Borginian cloth. As I suspected. Your hat is made of the same material, I suppose. Yes, of course. The fabric is so famous, orders come from over the seas for more. Cool. All right, let's take that into consideration, I guess. Then this is the cargo you were talking about earlier. No, you stupid fuck. My cargo this time is much, many gigantic. I love that. Much, many gigantic. You, detective, when can I have my cargo moved? You can get your cargo back when we're done investigating, pal.
The stubbornness of you police, it is no good! And it is no good to that attendant... That is right, refuses to exit the attendance room too!
That attendant? I wonder if he's talking about Miss Tenero. Interesting, let's talk about Tenero. What did you mean by that attendant, Mr. LeBlanc?
She was taken into the attendance room from her interview.
I don't know what the fuck that last bit sounded. Inflection was weird on that. Oopsies. I fucking don't know what I was doing there.
And then they still have not come out. They make no sign of coming out either. I was finished with my own interview much earlier, quicker than her.
Alright, fucking backhandy a little bit. Why is Miss Tenero's interview the only one that's taking up so much time? Oh, hey, Francisco, what the fuck's up? What's up, girlie?
Miles Edgeworth, you were given free reign to examine the plane, weren't you?
Yes, I was able to obtain the cooperation of the flight attendants. Speaking of attendants, I'd like to speak with Miss Tenero. I wonder if you might grant me permission to enter the flight attendants' room?
Before I do, you still have to clear up a few issues surrounding your own circumstances.
I understand.
You may have tricked those attendants with your sophisticated talking, but you can't pull the wool over my eyes, Miles Edgeworth.
Oh, here we go. Francisco's logic.
Let's not complicate things and go with the most obvious conclusion. The scene of the crime was here in the very lounge the body was discovered. From the time the victim was seen calling for an attendant until his body was found, the only person in this lounge the entire time was you, Miles Edgeworth. This unmistakably makes you the likeliest suspect.
The likeliest suspect, Francisca?
Do you have a problem with that?
No, but it's not like you to use such vague wording. You're usually a bit more absolute.
I'm simply trying to watch out for you. Or is my kindness too hard for you to comprehend?
Honestly, for you, yeah. Thank you, but your leniency is unnecessary, for I will prove my innocence soon enough. If I want to continue my investigation, I'll have to break her line of logic fast. I'm just gonna press everything because I don't see anything that's directly presentable. Let's not complicate things and go with the most obvious conclusion. Don't you think you're being a bit rash by simply declaring me the culprit?
I like my affairs to be simple and perfect. I'll show you the meaning of both when I finish this whole thing within 3 minutes. Hey! You say that like you're cooking a... What the fuck? I won't allow even 3 seconds of useless testimony to be uttered in my presence.
I see she hasn't changed a bit, but I won't allow her to send me to prison so easily. Alright.
The scene of the crime was here in the very lounge the body was discovered, except it wasn't.
This was used to transport the body.
Stupid!
No, Francisca, my dear sister. Kind of, not really sister, but still kind of sister-ish. Sister-adjacent. It would appear that you did not have all the information you needed after all.
And what does that mean?
I found a nice piece of evidence just before I was forced to stop investigating. A piece that proves that the body was moved from a different location. The killer used this suitcase to move the victim's body, meaning that the real scene of the crime is not this lounge at all.
Now who's the one rashly jumping to conclusions?
Excuse me, bitch.
All you did was find this piece of cloth inside the suitcase. That doesn't prove the body was moved. It could have been the killer simply choosing... It could have been that the killer simply chose the suitcase as a good place to hide the cloth.
I expected you would come to that conclusion. It would seem that I can't escape that easily.
You should know better than that. Von Karma is perfect in every way.
Yeah, except for your fucking dad. Can we talk about that? Your dad was not perfect in any way, actually. Ah, but did you know that the killer definitely wheeled the suitcase around at some point?
Objection! As if there is proof of that.
Where's the proof that the suitcase was moved around? Let's talk about this.
Take that!
You're stupid and dumb, Francisca.
The spilled grape juice in front of the elevator.
Yes, and I'd like to draw your attention to this area here. Where's the... Are you kidding me? Dog. Right here.
Take that!
This mark here, wouldn't you say that it looks suspiciously like tracks from 2 wheels? I suppose. Further, there was also grape juice residue on the wheels of the suitcase. Wait, but on 1 wheel. There's residue on 1 wheel. What is that? As a 1,200 price tag. Not exactly priced by someone with a conscience, I say. Okay, so that was kind of... There's only 1 wheel. The rest are fine. Uh-oh. I found a contradiction. This means that the suitcase containing the victim's body definitely passed through here. I suppose this means that the killer did move the victim's body from somewhere else. I'm glad you've come to your senses. Bitch. Not so fast. This still doesn't put you in the clear, not by a long shot. We for real right now, girl? Francisca's Logic Part 2. You've prepared yourself and acquired the piggy bank before the plane hit that turbulence. And then you waited for the victim in the lounge where you beat him to death. Then, while you were in the elevator with the victim's body stuffed into the suitcase, the plane hit that patch of turbulence and out flew the body from within the suitcase. With no way out, you hastily put the suitcase back where you had taken it from, and pretended to be the discoverer of the body. Not a bad bit of logic for something you thought of on the fly. Just what are you insinuating? I'm insinuating you're fucking wrong. I don't think you need a whole lot to... Doesn't take a whole lot of brain power to figure that one out, Francisca. I think you are wrong and stupid. Actually, I know you're wrong and stupid. Well, I know you're wrong. I think you're stupid, to be more accurate. That I will show you exactly how flawed your logic is. No matter how strong of a face you put on, not even you can hide your fears from me. I'll expose the flaws in her logic in one fell swoop. His voice is turning more villainous, which I don't hate, but it also feels wrong. Barry someone acquired a piggy bank before you plane hit the turbulence. Let's talk about that. And how do you suppose I was able to take the piggy bank out of its display case? As I recall, the case was locked. That's easy. If the case was locked, you simply had to hit the glass like this. Yow! You've shattered my heart of glass! So she wants to talk about the in-flight shop in the Captain Ugo bank, does she? That takes care of how you obtained the murder weapon. Let's no. And then you waited for the victim in the lounge where you beat him to death. Prepared yourself and acquired the piggy... Can I do... No, I don't even have that. Wait. I have a display case in the... Wait. But, hold on. I don't know if that tracks, actually. I thought I'd get... Okay, and then you waited for the victim in the lounge where you beat him to death. Hold it. I thought there wasn't any of the victim's blood found in the lounge. I thought you'd say that. What, did you think I wouldn't have noticed? I think you just found a way to cleverly hide the blood splatter in the lounge by accidentally spilling grape juice on top of it. You're accusing me of tampering with the crime scene now? We'll see, won't we? The forensic scientists are hard at work on that as we speak. And what do you propose I did after that? Stupid. Then, while you were in the elevator with the victim's body stuffed in the suitcase... So I put the victim's body into the suitcase, and then... Where was I headed, Francisca? That's pretty obvious. You were bringing it to first class where you could safely keep an eye on it. We're talking about this thing, you know. I'd hardly call it discreet or ordinary. Annoying brat. Well then, you were intending to leave it inside the elevator. But unfortunately for you, a wrench was thrown into your plans because... The plane hit that patch of turbulence and out flew the body from within the suitcase. But there's a lock on it. There's a lock. There's a lock? Oh, are we not gonna... Oh, I don't know if I talked about that. I saw the... Okay. That's the victim's blood. That's the victim's blood, right, sir? I suspect so, but we won't know much more until it's been processed by forensics. Well, it's a good thing no one wanted to buy this suitcase. How so? Imagine the shock on their face when they go to open it, out pops a dead body. I suppose. Although it's really nothing to get all shocked over. Look at this fucking ugly thing. Like, I like garish color schemes. My whole thing is green and pink, and this shit's ugly as fuck.
So get this, sir. I bet the victim used this suitcase as his hiding place.
Excuse me?
You know, to stow away onto this flight, sir. He must have been inside all along. But someone found him out, and that's when, bam, he was killed. Actually, that was the plot of a movie I saw recently.
Detective Gumshoe, get your head out of the theater and back into reality. Okay, glad I learned nothing from this. But there's the lock. That's why I'm like... It could have easily been locked. But I guess that's conjecture, right? Alright, press.
Hold it!
You've experienced turbulence on a flight before.
Of course, many times. You get used to it after a while.
The patch we hit was especially rough, and I passed out briefly, but only for a second.
Good thing it was only for a second, sir. It'd be bad if you had really blacked out.
Yes, indeed. Unfortunately, blacking out is exactly what got me into this mess in the first place.
That's enough of your idle chatter. I'm not through with you yet, Miles Edgeworth.
With no way out, you hastily put the suitcase back where you had taken it from.
Hold it!
Let's talk about that then. If I really were a criminal, do you really think I would be so easily caught?
You are certainly in the middle of being caught right now.
I have to find a contradiction fast, or I won't have much of my own hide left to save.
I have to say, you are looking rather caught right now. And I'll tell you exactly what you did after that. You loitered around in the lounge
and pretended to be the discoverer of the bot. I want to press that too.
Really?
I didn't pretend to be anything. I really was the first to discover the victim's body.
I suppose that's true.
Huh? So then, you are yielding to my statements.
Don't be foolish! I still insist that you are the killer, but in that sense, you really were the first to discover the body to be dead.
No matter what I say, she seems dead set on making me out to be the killer. Her logic is reasonably sound, and that large majority of it reflects the truth, but there is one point about it that is not quite right. So, I guess, yeah, I'm supposed to present the bear here?
Objection!
Okay, that's kind of what I thought, but it felt weird. The fact that you took this piece of evidence into account in your testimony is to be commended. Your legal prowess is certainly something to be feared.
Evidence and logic, essential tools that those who would stand in a courtroom must learn to master.
But what if there was a fake piece of evidence thrown into the mix?
A fake?
This Captain Ugo piggy bank is just such a fake. It is not the real murder weapon.
What?
The timing of when the bank was taken from the shop is important, and it was taken after the turbulence had occurred.
But then what about the blood on the bank? What do you make of that?
I assumed it was added after the murder when the killer fabricated this weapon. Looking at it this way, the killer basically did 3 things after the turbulence. After exiting the elevator, the killer brought the suitcase to the shop and left it there. And then the killer proceeded to pick the bank up from off the floor and whack him. And took it to fabricate a fake murder weapon by hitting the victim over the head. And then finally the victim's wallet was planted on my personage, in my pocket to be precise. Everything was done so that I would be framed for the murder of Mr. Ackby Hicks.
You there!
Yes, ma'am.
Other than this piggy bank, was anything else resembling a murder weapon found?
We didn't find anything in this lounge in the shop that could be used as one, ma'am. Most of the items that could have been used were broken during the turbulence. And the remaining items are tested negative for any traces of blood.
I see. Well, Miles Edgeworth, it appears your stall tactics are at an end. But it's possible that it's just hidden somewhere, sir. Yeah, how'd you do that from that far away? What the fuck? If the criminal had wanted to hide the weapon in a safer place, I'd think the weapon would have been hidden in the same place as the bloody cloth.
Exactly what I was thinking. Because the cloth was hidden inside that suitcase, it signals to me that the killer had not prepared a more secure place to hide the evidence, which means that the real murder weapon is either still on the murderer's personage, or is still at the real crime scene.
Bitch! What the fuck? There is one more possibility.
And what would that be? Oh, and that would be...
That the piggy bank is in fact the real weapon. But didn't we just... Hold it! Let me finish! The killer took the bank out from the display case before the turbulence by opening the lock on the display case door. And it was at that time that the glass pane in the door was broken. I'd say that it's a perfectly reasonable line of reasoning, wouldn't you? It threw me off. Let's see, so that means that the killer had the key to the display case.
Francisca, the person you're talking about.
Not so fast, I'm not finished. The person I'm talking about also committed another sin. She tricked the captain and granted you permission to conduct your investigation. Yes, it is a sin of lying.
Is that I guess it is a sin.
Speaking of which, I recall that you also wish to speak with her.
Yes.
Very well, permission granted, but only if I can sit in on your interrogation. Do we understand each other?
I have no intention of interrogating her, but you are welcome to accompany me if you so wish.
Miss Tenero is in the flight attendant's room. Let's move.
Hey, what's up? What's good? March 12th, 2:23 p.m., flight G390, first floor, flight attendant's room.
So, you're the one who poked around inside this plane without the captain's permission! Deviating from the flight attendant's manual is very unbecoming, you know. What were you hoping to accomplish by doing that?
Miss Tenero.
Mr. Edgeworth, you're here too?
Can you please help us and shed some light on why you did what you did?
All right.
Damn, the reworked sprites are 100% insane. No, they're sick. I love it. At first, when I first saw the trailer, I kind of thought they were like gacha game a little bit, but I've grown to like them. I like them now. I think what it is the heads feel a little big. Like the heads are a little bigger than what would like the proportions on like the actual sprites, which kind of threw me off. No, I actually don't want to talk to, I forgot her fucking name. Tenero. I was thinking Tornado, like in Spirit of Justice. My bad.
It's one of those suitcases designed by Miss Tenero. You can tell it's hardly ever been used by the lack of even a single scratch on it.
Okay, what about this? Let's investigate everything before we talk to Tenero, okay?
What is all this junk inside these boxes? There's no rhyme or reason to any of it.
That's our lost and found, Mr. Edgeworth. Gold crowns and swords and necklaces? It's like a treasure trove in here, sir!
The fact that these were left on the plane implies they were carried onto it to begin with. Something tells me it's time for Goyo to send its metal detectors out for repairs.
Alright.
The bed? There was sure to be a clue of some sort in this trap. No, that's not what I was going for. Detective Gumshoe, if you please.
Yes, sir! You just leave the rummaging to me! Scruffy! How dare you go through a woman's trash without her permission?
I played on the original sprites, AAI2, fan translation, and new sprites are good. The new UI is fantastic, new animations are so detailed, can't wait to see AAI2 breakdown with the new graphics. Yeah, no, I'm excited to play. I don't know anything about AAI2. I barely know anything about this game. But I don't know anything about AAI2 aside from, like, 2 characters that exist, and that's kind of it. So I'm very interested to go through that. But, you know, no spoilers and all that.
Have you no sense of honor? Eek, I'm sorry, I'm just doing what Mr. Edgeworth told me to do.
Forgive me,
Oh, that made me lightheaded. Ooh, that one got me lightheaded. More water, yay!
I'm gonna drink the whole damn cup.
Okay.
Forgive me, detective.
I was trying to look at the bed, actually. It's pretty easy to tell who sleeps in which bunk just by looking. I'm almost certain that the well-kept one up top belongs to Miss Tenero.
Ew, this bottom one is a giant mess. You sullen, squalid scoundrel of a man! You dare to scrutinize a woman's bed and invade her privacy? Yow!
There are some things in life best to be kept. Blah, 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 blah.
There are some things in life best kept to yourself, detective. Alright, well, enough of that. Oh, no. Hello? Oh, I'm stupid. For some reason, I thought this is the way we came in. Anyways, alright, let's talk to her now. Alright, so let's talk about the permissions. Why did you lie about receiving the captain's permission like that?
Because I didn't think I would be able to get his permission.
What the fuck you... What? What do you mean?
The captain, he only has ears for Cammy. I spoke with the captain a little earlier myself. He definitely seems to be rather taken with Miss Meal. Yes, and on top of that...
Oh, can we see the profile of the captain? Nope, but... She's 24, you're 24, 28, 19, 30... 19?!
By the way, what are your favorite AA games overall? I personally... DGS2, AI2, DGS1, SFJ.
Honestly, I do like the 3DS games. I talked about this when I played Dual Destinies, like, a few days ago. I actually really like the 3DS games. I don't care what people say. I like them. I didn't know that they were considered, like, not as good until, like, fairly recently, which was surprising to me. I really like those games. They also have my favorite prosecutors. But yeah, honestly, the 3DS games, and then DGS 1 and 2, because I played those recently. Or, like, recently in air quotes. I played them when they came out, like, the HD English version came out. Like, the actual official English release.
Yes, and on top of that, I had mistakenly accused Mr. Edgeworth of being the killer. I wanted to make amends.
In that case, please allow me to thank you for what you did. Thanks to you, I was able to clear myself of all charges.
Really? You were able to prove your innocence? Oh, thank goodness! Miss Tenero, is it? There is one more thing I'd like to ask you. You were in the flight shop just before the turbulence, weren't you? Please answer honestly. Yes, I was. And why were you there? Well,
Why the sudden hesitation? I honestly don't understand why people slander Apollo Trilogy games. Probably nostalgia bias. Well, to be fair, the Apollo... Not the Apollo Trilogy, but the Apollo... like, the 3DS games, Dual Destinies and Spirit of Justice, they were spearheaded by a different guy than the rest of the series, really. So I can kind of get if they don't like his vision of Ace Attorney and what's so... like, the very different stuff that the 3DS games add that the Edge... or not the Edge... but that the games that were made, like, from 1 to 4 and then Investigations and DGS 1 and 2. I get why they might not like how different it is, because it is a very different game. The 3DS games, Dual Destinies and Spirit of Justice, are very different, because it's like in Apollo Justice, it's a lot more grounded, and then in Dual Destinies, it's a court bombing, and in Spirit of Justice, you're going to a different country with this whole different vibe to it. So, like, I can kind of get it, but also, that's kind of what I like about them, is they're, like, insane as shit. That's my personal thing.
Why the sudden hesitation? Francisca seems to have struck a nerve. In-flight shop. All I did was go check up on the shop like I always do. You're saying it was for work, then? Yes, I'm in charge of the shop, so I have to keep an eye on it. I don't have any reason to go there otherwise. After your visit to the shop, you paid a visit to this room, correct? Yes, I came back to freshen up and adjust my makeup.
True, I have literally the same take. Hey, let's go.
I'm sorry, but there isn't much else to tell.
Did I read that last line? I came back to freshen up. Yeah, they did. Mr. Nero claims to have no reason other than duty to go to the shop. But is that all there is to it? Maybe I should ask her about that thing. The suitcase? Or the... I would assume... Hey, wait, she's on the cover of this thing. What the fuck? The suitcase, I guess? If you could please take a look at this for me, Miss Tenero.
Oh, that suitcase!
Yes, about this suitcase. You're the one who designed it, correct? Probably that's why I also like Tyrion Cuthbert. Tyrion Cuthbert's so great. I really love it. it's such a good melding of like the kind of D&D-esque world of like magic and dragon gods and all this other shit, and it's still very like this courtroom elements, the more realistic parts of it really mix well with it, and they did that beautifully. I love Tyrion Cuthbert. Such a good game. I can't wait for the sequel. And I think I figured something else about it. The suitcase is the reason you went to the shop, isn't it?
There's nothing you won't find out eventually, is there?
I'm very good at my job. Thank you for noticing. Won't you please tell me more about this suitcase?
Yes, I was interested in seeing how the suitcase I had designed were selling. I know that as a service professional, I'm not supposed to care, but I really wanted to know, and I was glad to see that it was the last one there.
What? Oh, interesting. The last one there. Well, let's talk about that, because you're fucking wrong. No one bought it, I'm sorry.
So you're saying, Mr. Nero, that the suitcase in question was the last one? Yes, they're just so popular, they're practically flying off the shelves.
That's not exactly the impression I got.
The one in the shop is most definitely the last one.
Well, we're currently looking at that suitcase.
Really? Then I guess we sold all of them. Thank you very much for taking the last one.
I didn't say anything about buying it.
Then say you'll buy it.
I'm sorry, I can't.
But why?
Look at my outfit. It doesn't really vibe with it.
I think it'd go great with your complexion, Mr. Edgeworth. It really suits you.
What the fuck are you on about?
I guarantee it personally as a service professional.
Well, that is... How should I put this? It's hideous. Damn! I'm sorry, Mr. Arrow, but your design fucking... Honestly.
What?
Maybe that was a bit too direct. You think?
Moving on, my issue with the suitcase isn't the design. It's the number of them remaining. Remaining?
There were 2 suitcases in the flight shop when I investigated it.
2? But that's impossible! I'm sure there was only 1. It looks like her story has generated quite the contradiction.
What the fuck? Oh, Jesus! Bridget Carroll, thank you for the follow. I appreciate it. Alright. So my phone started glitching out a little bit. Sorry.
When I left the shop, I'm positive there was only 1 suitcase left.
Okay, well then you're wrong. I'm sorry. Something is amiss here. What could be the meaning of this inconsistency? Huh? By the way, Miss Tenero,
we already investigated that one! What is one of those suitcases doing here? That's...
I thought you said there was only 1 left.
That one is, it's mine. I've used it for a very long time now.
She's used it for a long time. I think the fuck not. Still's got the goddamn price tag on it. Miss Tenero, I'd appreciate it if you wouldn't lie to me.
Excuse me?
I don't believe for even 1 second that you've used this for a very long time. What proves that this hasn't been used for nearly as long as Miss Tenero says? The fucking price tag? Tell me, Miss Tenero, is it also your habit to keep the price tag pristine on your suitcases?
What is the meaning of this? Why would you lie about a suitcase?
Despite having faith in her design sense, the sales numbers made her cry bitter tears. The truth is becoming increasingly clear to me as I tap my forehead. Miss Tenero, I think I understand. I know what you are trying to hide. Now then, this suitcase was originally in the flight attendant's room, in-flight shop, right? Seeing as how the price tag is still on this suitcase, one can only assume it was on the floor for sale in the shop. And the person who bought this suitcase was yourself because you feel bad. It was you, wasn't it, Miss Tenero? I hate to say this, but the suitcase that you designed, it hasn't sold very well, has it? You saw how poorly this design that you poured your heart into was selling, and we're deeply hurt. That's why you wanted to make it look like it was selling by buying it yourself. Isn't that right?
Then the reason you went to the shop and came back here was... I'm sorry! All I really have is my job. I was overjoyed when my design was chosen. I thought that maybe I had finally accomplished something. But the suitcases didn't sell. It's because of the design, isn't it? All because it's, as you put it, hideous.
Can't say they chose a great place in which to sell them either.
Honestly, AI2 is probably the best game in the franchise. Objectively, I still like DGS2. So have fun experiencing it for the first time. I wish I could forget the game and experience it again. Nah, I get that feeling. That's how I felt with like Spider-Man 2 and honestly just a bunch of games. I get that feeling. But I am excited to try it. But I'm gonna get through AA1 first, because that one I haven't experienced either.
We weren't selling a single one, and they were just sitting there collecting dust. I felt so bad seeing them there day in and day out, so I decided to buy one for every flight I work. God fucking how many times do you work? Please tell me this is a part-time job? Girl, ain't no fucking way you're spending $1,200 every day. Fuck out of here. What? You buy one every single time you work a flight? God damn. The rich get richer, shake my fucking head. What the fuck? I see. So in order to keep your resolution, you went and bought one today as well. Yes, and here's my receipt for the purchase.
This receipt is clearly timestamped 5:40 a.m.
Ah,
Let's see, suitcase, $1,200, total $1,200, credit $1,200, change due 0.
oh my fucking god, 1,200 on the, like, every day. That's insane. The truth is, there's still a bunch of them left unsold. They're planning to scrap the remaining ones at the end of the flight.
Miss Tenero, where are these other suitcases?
They should all be down in the cargo hold. Then the suitcase the killer used
Could very well have come from the cargo hold.
Mr. Edgeworth, you don't think that the killer used one of my suitcases to...
Yes, I do. The killer used one of your beloved suitcases to move the victim's body.
Ah! How could they? Those suitcases were meant to be faithful partners to our passengers on their trips.
I don't know why that voice crack happened.
That's all I ever wished for them to be.
Miss Tenero, is there any other way to get the cargo hold other than the elevator? Get to the cargo hold other than the elevator?
The only other way is just through that door there.
And what about security?
The door has no special lock installed because just to enter this room, you need a special key card that only crew members have access to.
Which means that the culprit is someone who can enter this room, eliminating the passengers and leaving only crew members as potential suspects.
I can't believe it. Hold it!
Yes, Francisca? With your non-voiced hold it, which is really weird to me.
Going on these wild goose chases, you're a disgrace to the Von Karma name.
What do you mean by that, asshole?
Suitcase came from the cargo hold. That fact alone tells the whole story.
Yes, which is why I said the culprit must be a crew member who used their key card.
Miles Edgeworth! You're proposing that the killer rode the elevator from the cargo hold, correct?
Yes, that's the only realistic... Oh, but the elevator only goes to the first floor and the second floor, right? Which I don't think we have as evidence, but it's true.
That other attendant, Miss Meal, I asked her earlier and she had this to say.
Francisca got information out of Miss Meal? That's bullshit.
In order to make the elevator go down to the cargo hold, a different keycard is required.
A different one?
Yes, and the only person who holds that particular card,
let me guess, it's the captain.
is you,
Miss Rhoda Tenero. Oh,
and only you. Ah!
What? Is this true, Miss Tenero?
Yes, I keep the keycard in my locker at all times.
Could you please show us that card right now?
Yes, hold on.
It's gonna be missing. She's gonna gasp and be like,
Ah!
there it is.
Ah! I don't believe it.
What's wrong?
The keycard, it's gone. Very clever. Pretending that your card was stolen when in fact you're just trying to hide it from us. You've really thought this through. Wait, it's not like that. You can tell us all about what it's like down at the station. Officer, arrest this woman.
Yes, ma'am.
Don't lay a fucking finger on it. Is that what Wright felt all these times?
Oh, the fucking... the whip? Yeah.
Mr. Edgeworth!
Oh, and she's gone.
Really? I had nothing to say? Okay, well, bye, I guess.
What's wrong? There's disbelief written all over your face.
Francisca, I know that you are the lead investigator in this case, however...
Hold it! Don't even think about wasting any more of my time. You know the rules as well as I do. Evidence speaks louder than words. Even if this isn't a courtroom, the basic tenet still applies.
I meant more of the very unconventional things that makes his client look...
Oh, yeah, that too.
I intend to investigate a cargo hold now. What will you do, Miles Edgeworth?
I intend to do likewise. The fuck? What did you think I was gonna say?
To be continued. Oh, shit. Do I want to end or do I want to keep going?
I can keep going. Fuck it. We'll keep going. We'll keep going. I think this is like right at the end too. March 12th, 2:52 p.m. Flight G390, lower deck cargo hold. Wow, so this is the cargo hold, huh? Whee! It's so big! Alright, let's go down and see for ourselves. It is quite big. This plane is a special model. It has both super large cargo hold and ultra luxurious first class seating.
So this is the real scene of the murder.
There is certainly a high probability of that, which is why we are here, correct? Okay, let's get investigating, sir. Begin investigation. I'm gonna start with this suitcase here. Hey, what's with the suitcase, pal? It's what the victim checked in, sir.
So this suitcase belonged to Mr. Hicks.
I don't think he'd mind if I took a closer look.
There's nothing out of the ordinary in here, sir.
Wait, a file?
And there's a photo of Miss Von Karma in it, sir.
Looks like a profile on Francisca. Ooh, interesting. Why would Mr. Hicks have had a file on her? Let's check the world! Broken glasses. Okay, there's nothing. Interesting. All sorts of boxes are piled up here.
This one says flammable, and this one, it says pharmaceuticals.
That took me a second. This one says for exorcism use. Oh, what the fuck? Just what kind of operation is this airline running? Alright, well there's the evidence. Or there's the elevator, not evidence. Oops, they both start with E.
Ooh, I just love pushing the buttons on elevators and crosswalk signals. Here, you should give it a try, sir. Sir, go on, push it.
The elevator is currently stopped on the first floor, Detective. It can't move.
Oh yeah, guess nothing would happen if you pushed it now.
Well, nothing would happen normally anyway without a special key card. Both the door to the attendance room and the elevator's control panels require a key card, which makes it impossible for a passenger to come down here. There's a missing suitcase here.
Holy suitcases, Mr. Edgeworth! It's like an all-you-can-use suitcase fair!
These must be all the leftover ones they couldn't sell. The ones the company is planning to dispose of after this flight is over.
This paint job is really cool, don't you think? It practically screams artsy.
Oh, why not purchase one then? I'm sure it will bring you much happiness.
You think so? Then maybe I will. Let's see. $1,200? I think I'll pass.
And Miss Tenero wonders why they don't sell. You'd need 2 jobs just to buy one. Although, it definitely looks like one is missing. Huh? What is this brittle substance I'm stepping on? Bunch of glass fragments? Oh, maybe that's glasses.
The world!
Broken glasses and glass shards! Immediate thought.
Boom, bitch!
I think we can safely conclude that these fragments are from a pair of glasses.
And the victim was wearing a pair of broken glasses.
Exactly what I was thinking. I'm sure that the shards would match up perfectly with the remnants of his glass lenses. Ergo, the victim was here just as I suspected.
So you're saying that the real scene of the crime was here, sir?
Isn't that what I've been saying for a while now?
Oh, is it? I didn't know that.
Perhaps it's a bit early to draw that conclusion. However, I believe that the probability has just skyrocketed considerably. All that's left is to find the murder weapon. And all we have is a profile on Francisca. Keeping track of this many pieces of cargo must be very taxing on the cargo crew. This sure brings back memories of when I worked as a part-time mover, sir. By the look in his eyes, he's waiting for me to ask about the rest of the story. But no matter how he pours on the puppy eyes, I have no intention of doing so. Okay. I feel like I've genuinely examined everything. Can I examine the door? Okay, that's the same. It counts this as the same area. How was the guy killed? Or we don't have an autopsy report, but it was so not what I wanted. What was that? Yes, sir. Tenero's Lie. Okay, for some reason I thought it was a completely new name. There's like the hit on the back of the head with this thing that has blood on it, but this was like a fake murder weapon, so we don't know yet. Oop, wait, I did notice something. Maybe. But I don't think we can really look at that. Okay, we've investigated that. We'll talk to you. Have you noticed anything strange happening around here? No, sir! Haven't noticed a thing! I'm not sure that he meant to sound so obvious. Okay, we already got all that. Let's talk to Francisca, I guess. You arrived at the scene of the crime before Detective Gumshoe, correct? And you then immediately began to direct the investigation. It seems to me that you were already here at this airport for something besides this murder.
Yes, I was.
Why at this airport?
I've been following a very large and involved governmental level international crime, but it's much too large for one person to take on alone. So it was decided that I should form a joint investigation with Interpol.
Ooh, Interpol is involved.
It's a top secret operation, so I really can't tell you any more than I already have.
Well, that's our connection. The world! It took us. I pressed it like 6 times. All right, profile on Francisca. Francisca came to this airport as an Interpol liaison. Yep. Now, why would Mr. Hicks have documents profiling Francisca? Oh, I know. I bet he's a big fan of Miss Von Karma, sir. Francisca said that she had to come to this airport as part of an Interpol investigation. Oh, maybe Mr. Hicks had heard she was coming here and he followed her. Detective, I think it's more likely that Mr. Hicks was, in actuality, Interpol agent Hicks. I think Francisca has some explaining to do. Let's talk. Hey, girl. So let's talk about Hicks. You came to this airport to rendezvous with the victim, didn't you? Nonsense! What are you talking about? We found a profile detailing information about you in the victim's luggage. I suppose it was prepared for him so that he could recognize you when he landed. Which makes him not Mr. Hicks, but rather Interpol agent Hicks. Is that correct?
I should have known you'd figure it out, Miles. But it looks like they've got to him first.
So, you really did come here to receive an Interpol agent then?
Yes. Agent Hicks was on the trail of a very large international smuggling ring.
Oh.
He went undercover to investigate this crime, and it was I who put him on the case. I was supposed to receive a call from him on his cell phone once he had landed. I expected to receive a call about his murder instead. I think we now have pretty definitive evidence that Agent Hicks came down here to the cargo hold. But what was he doing down here, sir? There's nothing in my luggage. Oh, I get it. Maybe he forgot something in his suitcase and came down here to get it. Ow! Yeah, 'cause no shit. Agent Hicks came here for a work-related reason. Of that, I'm sure.
Yes, I'm sure he was here to investigate the smuggling operation he was observing. Francisca, do you know exactly how he intended to pursue his investigation?
No, unfortunately, I was going to find out from him after he landed.
I see. But this raises another question. A normal passenger can't access the cargo hold on their own. Agent Hicks must have identified himself to a member of the crew and entered the cargo hold with that person who let him in. Yes, and then he was murdered here. The glass fragments as broken glasses are a testament to that. And then the killer put Agent Hicks into one of the spare suitcases and they entered the elevator, but while they were riding it up, the plane hit that patch of turbulence. Because of the intense shaking, the suitcase popped open and Agent Hicks' body flew out. At the same time, oh my god, his wallet fell out of his pocket, spilling its contents everywhere. Which explains why there was money scattered all over the elevator floor. And we're done here. I'm better than all of you.
I think it's pretty easy to say who the culprit is at this stage.
What? Really, sir? You're saying Tenero.
I know what you're thinking, Miles Edgeworth, but the killer can be none other than Miss Rhoda Tenero.
Oh, we're just gonna debate this. All right.
Definitive evidence. It was a crew member. Any one of them could have shown Agent Hicks to the cargo hold. But the point to keep in mind is that the keycard that allows the elevator to come down here. The only person with such high-level access was Miss Rhoda Tenero. I'd say that's a pretty decisive piece of information, wouldn't you?
That's it? That's all you had? I know what she's trying to say, but I'm not certain it's as simple as that. Yeah, fucking let's go. If it was a crew member, any one of them could have shown Agent Hicks the cargo hold. That might be true, but then it could be anyone, including Miss Meal or even the captain.
Don't be a fool. A plane without a pilot in the cockpit is like a horse without a rider, crop in hand. Much like Scruffy over there.
Hey! I can't disagree with her on that. Detective Gumshoe does always need a guiding hand. Very well, then what about the other flight attendant, Miss Meal?
I thought you might ask about her.
But the point to keep in mind is that the keycard allows... Yeah.
Hold it!
But it's highly likely that the keycard was stolen from Miss Tenero.
Objection! Nuh-uh! It's highly likely. Is that possibility the best you can come up with? And you call yourself a disciple of my father.
Yes, well, while I don't have any evidence,
Be quiet! You're a disgrace! There's more evidence pointing to Miss Rhoda Tenero, you know. It's not just the keycard that gives her away.
What are you talking about the murder weapon, the Captain Ugo piggy bank?
Yes, he is also the only person with the key to open that display case. Further, there was a matter of key to that display case, but it broke. But it broke. But it broke? But it broke. But broke?
See, when we took off again at 5 a.m. Made a brief stop. Nope.
Hold it!
Okay. But that is a Stop right there, Miles Edgeworth. Damn it. Okay. You stopped the music for me. You don't have any proof that this is just a red herring. If you must keep on insisting that it's a fake, then what is the real murder weapon and where did it go? Speechless, I see. That's not a surprise. After all, you know that we've searched the entire cargo hold and came up empty-handed.
There must be a way. There must be something that can help me rule out the piggy bank as the murder weapon. What should be examined further for us to discern the authentic...
The body, I guess?
Francisca, I think you were too quick to jump to your conclusions.
Oh, was I?
Yes, we don't even have the autopsy results yet. How can I not say that you made a snap judgment when you have even yet to see if the wound on Agent Hicks's head is consistent with the murder weapon?
Oh yeah, I had that. I forgot to tell you.
Damn it! Scruffy! Yes, sir!
Contact the medicinal examiner's office at once. I wish to hear the results of Agent Hicks's autopsy.
Yes, sir! Damn, you made him cry. The fuck is wrong with you, Francisca?
We've got a big problem, Mr. Edgeworth, sir.
Okay.
Whee!
What is it, detective?
They're still doing the autopsy, but they said that they already know one thing for sure. Report, now! The doc said that it's one giant bruise from a beating from his shoulder down to his middle back.
From the victim's shoulder to his middle back. He was beaten over such a wide area.
Well, I'd say maybe it's a sign the killer had a grudge against Agent Hicks. It wasn't just his head. The killer went all out and hit him multiple times, sir.
Ah, instantaneous death resulting from a blow to the back of the head. Bruising is head to mid-back.
Scruffy! What is...
What is had a grudge against Agent Hicks supposed to mean? Well, that's, Was the wound on the victim's head consistent with the murder weapon detected? Oh, well, they said they're still looking into that, sir.
So we still have no direct proof.
You're completely useless! Ow!
She bited my peepness, ouch!
Sir, I told you already, you can't go down there.
No, you remove yourself from my way.
What is all that racket? I already know who it is. Yep.
My luggage, my cargo, they're mine, and I demand you return them to me.
We're still investigating the cargo hold. Please understand and have a little patience.
I suppose there is no choice. Finally, I think I gave... Hey, what are you... Oh, wait, no, that was...
Finally, I think he gave... Hey, what are you...
You have left me no choice but to use strong force! Ah!
You won't get past me!
Oh, my fucking god, this is...
Wait, that's it! So that's what this whole thing has been about.
What the fuck? Further, there is a matter of the key to the display that held the murderous bank. He's still falling! After all, you know what we've searched... That we've searched the entire cargo hold and came up empty-handed. Oh, he hit it. The doc said that it's one giant bruise from a beating at his shoulder down to his middle back.
Oh, weapon couldn't be found.
Would it be weapon couldn't be found time of or cause of death? Maybe? Is that the connection here? No. Fuck.
No, not exactly a shining example of the perfect line of logic.
Okay, think. Is there some way for me to prove that this isn't the murder weapon? Hicks was on a trip. Maybe? Nope. Okay, well, I've hit both wrong things, meaning I know what's right. So, that and cause of death? Or cause of death, smuggle? I don't know if I already did that. No. What the fuck did I not do then? Maybe, if I don't get this wrong, I'm gonna do autoplay. Or if I get this wrong, rather. God damn, okay, just... Oh, that's not what I thought it was? Okay. Fucking... Webbing can't be found smuggling? Fuck me! Dude, I didn't save. Oh, I'm fucked. Cause of death. Okay. Allegedly, the killer struck the victim many times over, which is why there's extensive bruising over the wide area. But is that really the correct conclusion to draw from the evidence? The bruise from his shoulder to the middle of his back is one continuous mark, which is more suggestive of a single blow to the back. If that's the case, then the piggy bank is much too small to have caused that. Therefore, the murder weapon must be something far bigger. Oh, okay. I see. So then we do, sizable weapon. Weapon could it be found? Or smuggling? It's one of the two, so... Nope. God damn it. Okay, sizable weapon couldn't be found because it's too big. If we're looking for a rather large weapon, you'd think it would stick out. But so far, we haven't found anything that resembles a weapon of any sort. Perhaps, just perhaps, something we all overlooked from the very beginning. Because normally, it's too impossibly big to be taken into consideration. What was all that about? What was he trying to jump his way down here?
Francisca!
What? What do you want?
I found it, Francisca. I found the real murder weapon.
You did?
He really jumped! We didn't realize it until now, but the answer has been right in front of us this whole time.
He might be hurt. We should go check up on him, sirs.
There's that pompous attitude of yours again. You should learn to drop that habit.
This coming from a prosecutor with a habit of whipping everyone she comes across.
Anyway, if you really are a prosecutor, then you'll back yourself up with evidence.
You two aren't listening at all, are you?
Come on then, show me this real murder weapon you speak of. I don't have evidence to show. Oh, yes I do. No, I don't. I don't have evidence to show.
I don't have any evidence to show you.
Foolish reasoning for a foolish fool from a foolishly foolish fool meant to fool me! What do you mean by I don't have any evidence to show?
Perhaps I should have phrased it as, that which caused Agent Hicks's death is incorporeal. Forgive me, but I do believe I have figured out what the real cause of death. Suffocation, free fall. The victim fell from a great height and subsequently died as a result. In other words, the real cause of death is free falling from the ground.
He fell to his death?
Yes, this is the only plausible possibility. The victim has extensive bruising on the back of his head and his back, and the only rational explanation for these injuries is that he fell to his death.
But the murder happened inside this plane.
I know.
You claiming that this is some place in this plane from which he could have fallen from?
As I said earlier, the answer has been right in front of you this entire time.
You can't mean?
Yes, I do. The victim fell from the top of the stairs to this very cargo hold.
What? Then we're in trouble. We may have a second death on our hands, sirs. Hey, you! Tell me you aren't dead, pal. Quiet! Why are you screaming? He's alive!
And there you have it, Miles Edgeworth. It is not possible that Agent Hicks fell over the railing to his death. That man is living proof of that. I suppose it's true that it's not possible, given the current circumstances.
The current circumstances? What is that supposed to mean?
Suppose that large piece of cargo wasn't there at the time. What would have happened then?
It would have been a Borginian pancake for sure, sir.
I suppose that man over there would still be breathing.
But the reality is that the cargo box is still there, so there's no point in entertaining your wild hypothetical scenarios.
It may be there now, but there is no proof that it was always there.
As if there could have been a window of time when the giant box was not there.
Ah, but there was, you stupid bitch.
What?
What can I use to show that it's possible to box and this thing?
Take that!
You refueled in the Republic of Zhengfa?
Yes, this flight had a short layover in Zhengfa in order to refuel.
Okay, but theoretically speaking, multiple of his bones should have been openly brought.
Oh, yes, 1000%. But, you know, they're not. But that wasn't the only reason for the layover. We also transferred some cargo. What if the box in question was only transferred onto the plane at that time? To further prove my point, let's take a look at what's next to the box in question.
Ah, it's labeled Zhengfa Express!
Correct, meaning it was loaded onto the plane in Zhengfa.
Ah.
Now, what if the box in question was also loaded on at the same time?
It would mean that the box was not here in the cargo hold during the Europe-Zhengfa leg of the flight,
making a clear drop from which Agent Hicks could have fallen to his death entirely possible.
Ah, but your theory is still very far-fetched.
Then allow me a chance to prove how very likely my scenario is. My first order of business will be to examine that piece of cargo in more detail. Begin investigation and the cargo holds over here, I guess. Keeping track of this many pieces of cargo must be very taxing on the cargo crew. This sure brings me back to my...
I already did that. We already did this. Shut up.
I thought there's a rather large piece of cargo.
There's a tag on it, sir. Let's see. A leaf red statue. Never heard of it.
Nor I, but all I care about is if we can prove it wasn't here at the time of the crime.
Then let's get investigating, sir.
Wingdings, wingdings! Oh, there he fucking goes.
Look here! Do not go about touching my possessions without my permission! Don't rush up on me like that, pal!
So this belongs to Mr. LeBlanc, does it? I should see what else I can find out from him. Hey, dude, let's talk. LeBlanc's cargo. I take it that this large piece of cargo belongs to you, Mr. LeBlanc.
Of course it is mine! I shipped this fine piece of art from Europe! This Alif Red statue is worth 10 million cents! No, maybe much, much more!
Mr. LeBlanc's reason for choosing this plane must have been the large cargo hold.
10 million cents?
I suggest you stop trying to calculate how many packets of noodles that makes, Detective.
Darn! How did you do that? I feel like you keep getting better and better at seeing right through... Oh my god. Better at seeing right through me every year!
Though I grow with each revolution... Yeah, that's right, revolution of the planet around the sun. I have the distinct impression he continues to madly spin in place.
Hey, Mr. Edgeworth, so that 10 million cents, is that in euros or in dollars?
Does it really make a difference to our case? Mr. LeBlanc, there is a chance that your cargo is related to our murder case. I was wondering if you would allow us to examine it a bit closer.
It is a very valuable piece of art, and so no, there will be no touching.
Very valuable. Let's see. There we fucking go. If Mr. LeBlanc has something to do with the smuggling ring, then it's a possibility this fake statue was brought on board in Zhengfa. I think I need to question him a bit further. Alright, fake statue. About your statue, Mr. LeBlanc, I wonder if it might be a fake.
What? How dare you say my art is fake?
I suspect that your statue might be the target of an international smuggling ring.
Don't say such fantastical things. Those thieves would not dare. I have a certification of my cargo right here.
Do you mean the cargo certification document?
Mr. Zinc LeBlanc, why didn't you say so earlier? Please show it to us at once. I can't read this. What does it say? It says, as plain as day, the cargo was put onto the plane in Europe.
And there you have it, Miles Edgeworth. Too bad for you.
The statue was brought on board in Europe, just as it states in this certificate.
No, that's...
Which means that there was never a window of time in this situation, which the statue wasn't sitting there.
I respectfully disagree. We can't discount the theory until I see the statue for myself.
Ha! Then you can have your wish. Look at it yourself and see. Right, I am.
This... I know I've seen this somewhere before. This
is the Alif Red? Gives off such a feeling of art. I can practically smell it. This statue has a high amount of historic value. After it was unveiled at a museum in Europe, I brought it to this country to exhibit it.
Did I say it? Did it say exhibit?
It did. Yay.
Okay, I believe a closer look is warranted. Click. It's not real. So this is the information of the Alif Red.
What is it, Mr. Edgeworth? Did you find something?
There's something wrong with this picture. We should examine it in more detail. The fucking eyes. It's the eyes. Deduce. I already know what it is. There's something connected. Yep, it is. Because look at this. It's the red eyes, and those eyes aren't fucking red, you stupid fuck. These eyes are awfully orange, don't you think?
Yeah, and pretty. They remind me of sunsets when I was in grade school, sir.
I don't think you see what I'm talking about.
No, I do, but it's really like the color of the sun when it's setting, sir. Ah, the memories. I remember standing out in that field, spinning with my arms out until I felt ill. I don't care about sunsets. Focus, detective. What color are the eyes in this photo? Huh? Ah! Sir, they're red!
As I thought, this statue is a fake, Mr. LeBlanc.
What do you want? Do you not know I am a busy man? I allow you 2 seconds for your answer.
The Alif Red, I suppose this is your pride and joy, is it not?
It is the biggest trophy on this European trip. Do you know why I want to possess this statue? The trigger started 17 years ago.
Better grab a chair, sir. Sounds like this is gonna be a long story. Mr. LeBlanc, I regret to inform you, and you have my heartfelt sympathy, but
What is that? Sympathy for what?
You see, you'll see. I'd like you to compare the eyes.
The large fellow there has a very bright and pretty eyes compared to you.
I wasn't talking about the two of us. I meant the eyes of the statue in front of us and the one in the photo.
Why the sudden yelling? Now that...
Oh.
It is a photo of the statue on display at the museum in Europe. What?
Now do you see, Mr. LeBlanc? The statue before us is a fake.
A fake?
I believe that even further examination will be required. Now that we have confirmed that this is indeed a fake, there must be some sort of proof that this was brought on board in Zhengfa. And I will present to you evidence that will... Okay, well let's fucking figure that out then. Does it look at all different aside from the eyes? It damn well might. Nope. At least not there. Let's just do this. So, this Alif Red is a fake.
That art dealer isn't looking too happy about it either, sir.
I will get to the bottom of this for his sake as well as mine. Ah, what do we have here? What's this?
The statue looks like it's stepping all over its neighbor's cloth cover. It's like it resembles its owner's attitude in a sense. Oh, you? What did you say now? Further, my clothing's hem is not being stepped on by anyone. It is too expensive for me to allow that to happen.
Please forgive the trespasses of my subordinate.
Why should I forgive if the dress passes? Unless it is an expensive dress, you keep it.
Dumb AF. Okay. I feel like this is something I would want to produce. I just don't know how. Oh. Is that the only part of this I can examine? Really? Nothing else? Nothing else about this is weird. Really? It's just the eyes. That's it? Well, let's examine them, I guess. The jewels in the eye sockets, they were made to look like the real gems.
So you mean they aren't real?
Do you really think the forgers would waste that kind of money on a replica?
Guess not. Ooh, I just got a really great idea. I could probably find some rocks down the river and I can polish them up to look like real jewels. I think I'll try it out and give one to Maggie as a present next time.
I wonder if he's serious. And I wonder if I should try to stop him if he is. Is that fucking it? Seriously? That's it? There's nothing else about this that's weird? Nothing at all? Are we serious? Oh my fucking god, we are. That's the only weird thing. Why can't I investigate it then? Not worth a cent, let alone a million. Document written in... Okay. There's a clear contradiction here. Oh, really? What are you going on about? It's just a simple case of cargo covering being stuck under another piece of cargo. Oh, no, that is right.
That's not possible.
But it is. It shouldn't be this way, but the statue is on top of the cloth. Supposing that the neighboring piece of cargo was brought on board in Zhengfa, there is no way that any part of it should wind up under something from Europe, which means that this fake statue was smuggled on board in Zhengfa.
But then what about the cargo certificate?
Let me ask in return, what about Agent Hicks? Why did he come down here in the middle of the flight? There is only one reason why, to secure proof of smuggling activity aboard this flight.
So you say, but I don't believe he had to do that mid-flight.
We could have just easily inspected all of the cargo after the plane landed. That may be true, however, you have it backwards, Francisca. Sure, Agent Hicks could have waited until after the plane had landed, but he had a reason for coming down to the cargo hold. Suppose he had found the fake at the airport, it would have been after the swap had occurred. At that time, the suspicion would naturally fall onto the statue's owner, who would have no way to prove that the statue was switched without his knowledge. Which means there is someone involved forging or modifying cargo certificates. Investigation complete, cause we're awesome. I didn't get my full bar back, motherfucker. I guess the victim knew the real version of this was gonna get nabbed, huh? Yes, while this photo could be seen as nothing more than a simple souvenir, it was in fact taken to be used as a reference document later on. Next, Agent Hicks had to secure proof that the smuggling had taken place. He came down here to take a picture of the cargo hold. A rather empty one at that, right before the fake statue could be loaded on board. A photo of the hold missing a valuable piece of cargo would have been proof enough. After that, all he had to do was hold the Zhangfa cargo crew and arrest the smuggler. Exactly, this only goes to prove my theory. If the statue was not in the cargo hold during the Europe-Zhangfa leg of the trip... By the way, how did Hicks take that photo without his eyes? He probably got someone else to take it out for him. Because I know there's like in real life, a lot of people are like, excuse me, would you mind getting a photo of me with this? And then people like take your phone or take your camera or whatever and take the photo for you. So it's not out of the question, but it is a little weird. But he could have just done a selfie, realistically. There would have been enough height from which Agent Hicks could have fallen to his death. Officer! Move this statue immediately! I want a thorough examination of the floor underneath, now! Miss Von Karma, I'm ready to report my findings. Go on. After moving the leaf red statue out of the way, we tested the area underneath with luminol, and there was a reaction. Ah, I see. There was a reaction to luminol, an indication that there was blood in that spot. Can we stop looking at it now, sirs? It would seem that my deductions were correct after all. I suppose it would appear that way. The culprit cleaned the blood up well. Oh, was that Francisca? No, that was. And how do you think the killer did that? How did the killer clean up all the blood? This. Take that! The killer used the bloody cloth I found inside the suitcase to clean up the mess. I see. They had a need to clean up all the blood before the plane landed in Zhangfa. Yes, because otherwise the cargo crew would have discovered it during the layover. So you guys are saying that the murder happened before the plane landed in Zhangfa? There is no other conceivable timeline for the events of the murder. But if that is true, then that throws a certain person's testimony into doubt. The murder occurred before we landed in Zhangfa, then this becomes... Meals is the only one we have, like, documented. Mr. Ackby Hicks was there in his seat when we took off again at 5? Would it be Miss Meals? Recall Miss Meals' testimony about Agent Hicks in the regard when he... Yep. I saw Mr. Hicks sitting in his seat at 5 a.m., you know. She claims Agent Hicks was alive at the time of the service calls, but... That totally contradicts the facts, sir! But why would she lie about something like that? I think the only person who can answer that is Miss Meal herself. To be continued. I think we're literally at the last stretch. Okay, I'm gonna save. I think we're at the last stretch here. I probably could have stopped, but also, no, I don't think it would have been really great to stop then, but we're just gonna finish the case, I guess. March 12th, 3:35 p.m., flight G390, lower deck cargo hold. Miss Meal. Miss Meal! Do you recall what you said earlier about when you answered some service calls as we were departing from Zhangfa? You said that Mr. Hicks was sitting in his seat at that time. However, that is simply not possible. Also, real quick, if evil, why hot? You're not wrong, but I also don't agree. You're not wrong. However, all right. Also, I am very hungry, so I'm gonna real quick grab like a snack, which won't be that long at all, but I'm gonna be on BRB for a bit, and then I will come back. I'll probably cut all this out. All right, change of plan. I gotta remember to cut that whole BRB bit out, And if I didn't, call me out on it in the comments on the VOD. But I decided to get, because we don't really have that much like snacky kind of stuff, so I just decided to grab a bagel. And I'm just gonna mute at random points to take bites. So that's what we're doing. However, that is simply not possible, because Mr. Hicks was dead long before we ever touched down in Zhangfa. Miss Chamomile!
Maybe I didn't see what I thought I did.
No one can make a mistake so large, Miss Meal.
But I make that kind of boo-boo all the time. This is going nowhere. There must be a better way to there must be a better way of resolving this contradiction.
Very well, Miss Meal. If you please tell me about your alibi during the time span. From just before we were to land at 3 a.m. and 6 a.m. when the body was found.
Are you telling me I'm a suspect, Mr. Edgeworth?
Okay. Miss Meal's alibi. Fucking fantastic. Hold on, let me get a bite. Okay.
Yeah. From 3 to 4, I was, in the flight attendant's room all by my lonesome self. Yeah. And from 5 to 6, I was, in the flight attendant's room all by my lonesome self.
What? How is a man supposed to react to a testimony like that? Miss Meal, wake the fuck up! She fell asleep again. Looks like the only way I'm going to be able to wake her up is by pressing her. Are we really pressing the... Do we have to press the sleepy statements? 3 to 4 miles in the flight attendant's room all by my lonesome self. If I remember correctly, food was being served in the first class in the lounge. Speaking of food... Sorry, that was just the perfect opportunity. It might be, honestly, this might be a little annoying for stream, but I've already committed, so. Between the hours of 3 and 4 a.m.
Yeah, but what kind of stuff's run...
Oh, that. Oops.
Yeah, but that kind of stuff's run by Miss Rhoda.
Now, what were you doing in the attendance room at that time?
Eating, having a most delicious dream.
You mean you were neglecting your duties?
No way! Sleeping's part of our job too, you know.
I'm skipping those ones. From 5 to 6, I was in the flight attendant's room all by myself. So you were alone the entire time, were you?
Yeah, no one else even popped their head in to say hi.
Oh, I think a contradiction just popped up in to say hi. What should I do? Should I raise an objection? Yes, I should. Miss Meal, there was a clear contradiction embedded in your testimony.
Huh? What are you talking about?
It's not possible that you were alone in the attendance room 5 to 6 a.m. Unless I'm mistaken? Is it her testimony? Nope. Now take a look at this eye-opening piece of evidence.
No, it's not eye-opening. I'm sleepy.
Miss Meal, I need you to wake up. Enough of your foolish fools to hurry up at your, as eye-opening as I thought.
Oh, did you say something?
Finally awake, are we?
What do you mean?
I've been awake for... Oh, that's alright if you were sleeping, pal.
Pay no mind to the scruffy detective beside you and wake up!
Yow! Whatever, wake up, Miss Meal! Enough with the clowning around. This is my show and I will
Wait. I think that's it.
raise an objection. But I don't know what. It was in the flight attendant's room. Is there anything that really... There we go. I wonder if you would be so kind as to take a look at this receipt, Miss Meal.
Receipt? For what?
It's for the suitcase Miss Tenero bought. Now, if I may direct your attention to the timestamp. As you can see, it clearly says 5:40 a.m., Miss Tenero. Miss Tenero, yes?
Oh, why is the killer here? I thought you'd have her locked up by now.
I requested that she be present as a witness so that we may straighten out your complex lie. Now then, Miss Tenero, between the hours of 5 and 6 a.m., you took a trip from first class down to the first floor in-flight shop, getting another bite.
Okay. Yes, I went to the shop to buy a suitcase, after which I went straight to the attendance room to drop it off.
And did you see Miss Meal there at that time?
No.
So, Miss Meal, where were you really between the hours of 5 and 6 a.m.? Dude, you're not even making it satisfying. Miss Cammy Meal!
Huh?
I'll be the one to ask the questions here.
Yeah, maybe that's it. I probably just misheard her. Nature calls, you know.
Do you take me for a fool? That's a little too convenient to be true.
Well, but it's the truth. Trust my heart.
I don't have enough conclusive proof to counter-argue her at this stage.
You don't believe me, do you? But please, won't you give me a chance and hear me out? Look, I know you're suspecting me because I'm one of the crew, but you think then maybe you should also suspect Miss Rhoda too? She's the one in charge of the elevator key card and the shop, you know. You ask me, that makes her super suspicious.
Please leave Miss Tenero out of the conversation. Only you are under suspicion for now.
I don't get it. Why are you covering for Miss Rhoda all of a sudden? Oh, now I get it. Maybe you got your eye on Miss Rhoda.
Of course I'm keeping an eye on her. I can't very well let her escape, can I?
Never mind, but you wanna know something? Miss Rhoda actually kinda lied.
I have absolutely no interest in people who can't appreciate my sense of design. Now's not the time for this sort of talk. Alright, reason for suspicion.
Look, I know you're suspecting me because I'm one of the crew.
Hold it! No, it's not the only reason I have for suspecting you. Your statements regarding Mr. Hicks also turned out to be a bunch of lies.
But say I wasn't an attendant. You wouldn't suspect me then, would you?
Yes, I suppose that's true enough. And also really dumb, and also I need another bite. Hold it! Sorry, I thought I might as well go to the next thing while I'm chewing. She is already being detained for further questioning. Or have you already forgotten?
Oh, yeah, I guess I just forgot.
Cammy, don't tell me you suspect me too.
Sorry, can't help it. Other than you, there's no one else who could have done it.
I can't believe you would think that. I mean me, a killer. Miss Meal, what did you mean by just now by no one else could have done it? Hold it! Okay. And what are you in charge of, Miss Meal?
I take care of the attendance room.
That doesn't count!
Oh, but I spend so much time in there, it might as well be my responsibility.
Mr. Edgeworth, Cammy is very talented in languages, so she assists passengers who may not speak English, especially those who speak Borginian. She is the only one on this flight who is fluent.
Oh, you mean that kind of what am I in charge of? Why didn't you say so in the first place?
What else could I have meant?
Yeah, so I'm really good at Borginian.
She's fluent in Borginian. Then I suppose you're in charge of processing documents in Borginian.
Yeah, I take care of anything that has to do with Borginian.
Very interesting. Makes her suspicious. All I'm in charge. Let's try this.
Objection!
Yep. So you are the only one in this flight crew that speaks Borginian. Is that correct? I think Borginian is a little more accurate of how they wanted it to be pronounced. Oh, yeah, I guess so. I've seen a bloody Borginian for a while. Yeah. If that's the case, then the signature on this document belongs to you, doesn't it? This is a falsified piece of documentation with only one purpose: to lead anyone who read it to believe that Mr. LeBlanc's statue was loaded in Europe. The only person who could have either prepared or processed this document in Borginian is you, Miss Meal. You don't make it fun. Without your participation, the smuggling of the Alif Red could not have occurred. Don't sleep while I'm pointing my finger at you! Oh? 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 Oh, shit got different? Oh, I wouldn't dare dream of falling asleep on you, Mr. Edgeworth. Complete personality change. It is exactly as you say. Are you confessing to having participated in the smuggling? No, far from it. It's true that I was the one who signed off on that document, but you can't use that fact alone to make your allegation of smuggling stick. There is no direct correlation after all. All you have is my signature on a piece of paper. Really? All you did was sign it. I neglected to check if the cargo had been loaded onto the plane properly. So, sorry about that. Seems that she's finally woken up. This is going to be one tough fight, but I need a food. Alright, now that I have a food, let's go. Suppose, and this is just a supposition, even if I was involved in the smuggling, you can't throw the charge of murder on me just like that. If you were involved in the smuggling, you would have a strong motive to kill. Agent Hicks was in the middle of an investigation regarding a smuggling ring. And just when he was about to close in, he's killed by a member of that ring. Well, did you ever stop to think about maybe Rhoda? I don't know why I went to say Rhoda. Rhoda. Did you ever think to stop that maybe Rhoda is the smuggling ring member? After all, unlike me, Rhoda has access to many things on this plane for work purposes. So perhaps there was some element of a setup at play in this case. What are you talking about? Don't worry, I wasn't talking about you, I meant the killer. First, it was myself, and now it's Miss Tenero, who is under the microscope. Seems to me that our killer is going to great lengths to pin this crime on anyone they can. You have no proof that Rhoda is being set up, or that she isn't. Actually, I believe that she was indeed the intended target for the very beginning. I believe that the plan was to push all of the blame for the crime onto her. And this evidence will prove my suspicion. This proves that the killer was out to frame Miss Tenero from the very beginning. The suitcase. Take that! The killer could have hidden the body anywhere, and yet they chose the suitcase. Why is that? Perhaps it was to move the body up from the lower deck to the first floor. However, why go through the trouble to do so? Yeah. Damn, you are abusing that goddamn thing. The only way all of these actions make sense is if the killer wanted to frame Miss Tenero for the murder. Miss Tenero buys a suitcase on every flight she works without fail. But should her suitcase be switched with one containing the victim's body, that would put her in a very tight spot. Unfortunately for the killer, the turbulence put an end to that plan. I'm gonna get another bite. Alright. There wasn't enough time to put the body back into the suitcase. Ergo, they made do with whoever was at hand, adapted their plan, and tried to frame me as I lay unconscious on the floor from the turbulence. The killer then went to hide the suitcase in the in-flight shop and brought the piggy bank piggy bank back to the elevator in order to fabricate a false weapon. Lot of work for a fruitless endeavor, wouldn't you agree? Sounds like the killer had a tough time too, huh? I mean, why did the killer need to frame someone that badly anyway? That is because of the special circumstances surrounding this particular case. What special circumstances did... The killer was at a loss of what to do with Agent Hicks' body. But just as so it happened, there was a bunch of empty suitcases nearby. Being a skinny man, the killer thought to put his body in the suitcase and hand it off. You mean that the whole plan to frame someone was an elaborate coincidence? No, that's not what I said. You've wrongly deduced my meanings, Miss Meal.
The one with the wrong deduction is you. Think before you speak again.
Patience, Francisca! I was about to reveal the truth.
Let me save, cause I haven't saved in a while, and also fuck.
Where, I guess? The special circumstance is simply that the murder took place on the plane mid-flight. No matter which country, customs is quite strict in this day and age. Ever since 9/11. This implies 9/11 happened in the Ace Attorney universe. Honestly, go off. So no matter what you do, the chances that the body will be found is very high. Therefore, there was no choice but to frame either Miss Tenero or myself. In other words, the only one who fits within the boundaries of the criminal's movements is not Miss Tenero or myself. But you, Miss Camomile, only you and you alone could be the killer. And... The fuck you mean and? Are you done already? I was about to fall asleep again. Anyway, let's be honest here. You don't have anything on me other than a whole lot of circumstantial evidence. Fuck, she's right. I can see the outline of how the murder occurred, but I have no definitive evidence. Give me a sec. Alright. I can see the outline of how the murder occurred, but I have no definitive evidence. And isn't there a piece of evidence that's still unaccounted for? The phone?
Take that!
Yep. I don't have any actual evidence. I thought not. But that's because it went missing, and still is. Missing? What do you mean by that? In the complex puzzle that is this case, there was one piece I kept getting stuck on. And it is the victim's cell phone. Francisca, you were waiting at the airport for a phone call from Agent Hicks' cell phone. Or at least, that's what you told me. That's right! But Agent Hicks' cell phone could not be found in the crime scene, at the crime scene. You mean the killer took the phone with them? Precisely. I suspect that if we were to find that phone, it would lead us to the killer. Come on, get serious. If the victim fell to his death from that height, wouldn't his phone break as well? We won't know until we try a little experiment, will we? Francisca, I'd like to ask for your assistance. You know the victim's phone number, do you not?
Of course I do.
Oh?
Agent Hicks's phone! It's ringing from somewhere, sir!
I hear it, Detective. Where is it coming from? Is it gonna get... Is it on her? Miss Meal, wake up!
Sorry, Mr. Edgeworth. I got sleepy all of a sudden because it sounds like a lullaby.
Gotta find that cell phone. Oh, so there's a suitcase. Sounds like the phone is up in the flight attendant's room.
Better hurry, flight attendant's room, sir.
Oh, it's much louder in here, yep.
March 12th, 4:12 p.m., flight G390, first floor, flight attendant's room.
The ring's coming from somewhere in here, sir.
Leave no stone unturned, Detective. We must find it. Trash can. Oh, it's literally right fucking here. Doesn't seem to be over here.
Let's look somewhere else, sir.
Is that not it right there? The red thing? Whatever. Check. Oh. Lost and found? Doesn't seem like the phone got mixed up with the items in the lost and found pile.
Well, it's not like the victim would have just dropped it somewhere, right, sir?
It's coming from in...
The ringing's coming from in here, sir.
What? No, it can't be.
It's gotta be the victim's cell phone.
Just whose locker is this, sir? It's Miss Tenero's.
What?
So it was planted. Big whoop. I'm getting a bite again. I think my bagel got stale as I was playing this part of the case. Like, it just like, the crunch of it feels like it's stale.
So, Mr. Edgeworth, how did it go? Where did you find the phone?
I found it in the flight attendant's room in Miss Tenero's locker.
What? But... Rhoda Tenero! I don't know anything about the phone! It wasn't me! Miss Von Karma, is it? I suggest you arrest Miss Rhoda Tenero right away.
Nuh-uh! Wait, I have a theory. This is related to the incident with the key card. When the killer went to steal the key card, they conveniently stashed the cell phone in Miss Tenero's locker at the same time.
This is related to the key card, all right. In the same way, we have zero proof that the killer did just that. The only voice that sings the truth is evidence. That is one bird we cannot ignore.
What should I do? Francisca's right, I can't offer baseless conjecture at this point. Alright, then why did the culprit take the cell phone from Agent Hicks? It must have something very incriminating on or in it.
Hold it!
Hold it!
What now, Miles Edgeworth?
It's not over yet. We have yet to figure out why the killer took the phone.
What?
Inside this phone lies the final piece of incriminating evidence that will point us to our killer. We need to examine this phone in more detail. Now that we have it, hey, it's cracked. The LCD is broken. Without a screen, you can't even place a call with this. Okay.
Camera.
Ah, it's a camera lens. Come to think of it, I wonder, how exactly was Agent Hicks planning to preserve the crime scene of the smuggling? Francisca, I need you to confirm something. This cell phone, can it take pictures?
Mr. Edgeworth, I can't believe you don't know about that kind of basic stuff, sir.
This looks like a very similar model to my own. And mine can take photos just fine.
Do you think Agent Hicks could have taken some pictures with this? In particular, pictures as evidence from his smuggling case, If so, I'd say there may be some very inconvenient photos in here for our killer smuggler.
But the phone's all busted up, sir.
Even a super prosecutor can't repair a broken phone.
Yeah, I'll find a way, don't you worry about that.
Can we go back to sleep now? Objection? The LCD screens on the inside and outside are broken, that's for sure. But that's also reason enough to believe that the killer wasn't able to erase the data.
What?
What do you mean by that, Francisca?
It looks like our killer isn't very familiar with electronics. This phone still rang when I called it, meaning that only the LCD screens are broken. It's possible that the photos are still there inside waiting to be accessed. All we need to do is transfer the data to my phone.
Francisca, your phone, if you please.
Very well. It's transferring. All right, displaying it now.
This is...
Agent Hicks was most certainly trying to obtain some evidence for his smuggling case.
Hey, a lift red's nowhere in the picture, sir.
But this has no meaning as a piece of evidence in this murder case, right?
Ouch, she's right. There's not much we can find out from this thing about Agent Hicks' killer, sir.
Is this it? Is this the end?
Is there really nothing in this photo that...
Right here, actually. Right here.
The fact that all the suitcases are here in this photo is odd.
Agent Hicks was still alive at this time. So what exactly is odd about suitcases haven't been used being there?
Yes, well, I was only pointing out things that are different between now and then.
Your off-topic ramblings, something.
I'll give you a rude awakening. What's all this?
Oh! They are cargo shipped from Borginia to Zhangfa.
So the reason they aren't here now is that they were dropped off in Zhangfa. Mr. LeBlanc, can you tell me about the contents of the boxes? Unfortunately, there was no English written on them anywhere.
One cluster of boxes is written in Borginian. It says something. It is cloth in English.
Cloth? Could it be? Is this where the killer...
What? What is that scary face?
Miss Meal?
Yes.
It appears that Agent Hicks was no ordinary investigator. He left us with a piece of evidence after all. A striking piece that will point out who the killer is.
Maybe you shouldn't force your mistaken reading of a simple picture, Mr. Edgeworth.
Evidence will point us straight to the killer. Well, give me a fucking second. Cloth? Yeah.
And what is that supposed to prove?
The killer used this piece of cloth to wipe up the blood they had spilt. I'm gonna take another bite before my bread gets even more stale. Alright. But there was one thing that bothered me this whole time. Where did it come from? And now, I have finally found my answer in this very photo. The cargo that was unloaded in Zhengfa had cloth written on it. In Borginian, that is. And this is where the killer grabbed a piece from to clean up the blood with. That's right. The killer was someone who could read and understand Borginian. And the only crew member that fits that description is you, Miss Cammy.
Hold it! That's pretty flimsy. The killer probably searched through all the boxes looking for something to use. When you're frantic, you don't care if the box is in English or Borginian.
Objection! Sorry, but I cannot agree with your assessment of the killer's indiscriminate nature.
What?
There was no need for the killer to tear through boxes at random at all. And if the killer supposedly could not comprehend Borginian, well then. Logically, the killer would have opened this box first. Bed sheets.
Hey! It says bed sheets in English right on the box, sir!
Precisely. And bed sheets would be perfect for cleaning up blood, wouldn't you say?
Hold it! So what are you trying to say?
If I were the criminal, this box of bed sheets would have been what I would have spotted first.
However, the killer chose to use some Borginian cloth.
Do you have an explanation for that? The killer didn't want anyone to know that the real scene of the crime was this cargo hold. So they were afraid to leave signs that the box for the sheets had been opened. However, the Borginian cloth, well, that's a horse of a different color.
Because the killer knew that it was going to be unloaded in the Republic of Zhengfa?
That's right. That is why the Borginian cloth was used. And the only Borginian reader on board who could make such a calculated decision is you, Cammy. You and you alone. It would be very easy for us to confirm if any of the boxes were resealed. All we would have to do is contact the Zhengfa authorities in time. We may even find other evidence to incriminate our killer within those boxes. So what do you say, Miss Meal? Why not confess to your crime here and now? Or would you rather wait and see what we find out from our investigation in Zhengfa? Why are you so calm right now? Oh, you're not. We did it!
He was Interpol. I couldn't stop it. I brought him here. He started taking pictures. I couldn't be found out. I was scared. I was in trouble.
There he goes.
I
think she was gonna say, I did it. Okay.
That was kind of a smash cut.
March 12th, 5:26 p.m. Flight G390, first floor lounge.
We finished making all the arrangements to take the suspects in, sir.
Very good, detective. What about the smuggling route? Did she say anything about that?
They're taking her down to the precinct now. Hopefully we can get more out of her there. Whenever we even approached the topic, she just started foaming at the mouth. It was scary, sir.
She probably wasn't prepared to commit a murder all of a sudden. One thing is for sure, the ring behind this whole mess means serious business. It looks like there's a lot more to this case than meets the eye.
Oh, there she is. Hey, girl. Mr. Edgeworth. I just wanted to say how much I appreciate everything you did. Thank you very much.
It was nothing. In fact, I should be the one thanking you for your cooperation.
But truly, if it wasn't for you, I might not be here right now. Instead, I can continue to serve our passengers as a flight attendant. I hope that, well, please accept this as a token of my appreciation.
That's...
I see. You don't have to take it if you don't want it.
No, I mean, I would never turn down a lady's generous offer.
Oh, thank you! I'm sure it will serve you well. And remember, we here at Go-Yo Airlines are always ready to serve, Mr. Edgeworth.
Thank you. I'll keep that in mind.
Now I must bid you farewell. May all your skies be blue no matter where you go.
All right?
I can't believe we wound up investigating the whole day, sir, but boy, it was fun.
Speak for yourself. My day was filled with earthquakes, elevators, and false charges. By the way, where's Francisca?
Oh, she's filling out some customs paperwork for her departure.
Departure?
Yeah, Miss Von Karma's always really busy, sir. She's been flying from country to country to chase down some leads regarding her case.
Detective, can you cancel the car I had you reserve earlier?
You got it, sir!
March 12th, 5:47 p.m., Hope Springs Airport.
Francisca?
I thought I told you when you first landed. I have no time for idle chatter.
I have no intention of wasting your time. However, it has been a while since we last met.
I also have no time for such familiar reminiscence. Just who do you think I am?
You are Francisca Von Karma, a very proud prosecutor deserving of much respect.
Until only a little while ago, I was but a wretched mutt who was always losing to you. A dancing... parrot? Living her life on the name and fame of her invincible father built.
True, your father, Manfred Von Karma, didn't lose a single case for 40 years as a prosecutor. However, I wouldn't say that he was invincible.
What are you talking about? The group I'm on the trail of is a little more troublesome than most. The smuggling route we found this time is only one sliver of the big picture.
Sounds like a dangerous assignment.
You really don't have to worry. I can take care of myself.
Yes, I suppose you can.
Plus, there is another agent on this case with me.
Oh, another agent?
He's a star among Interpol agents and has the highest successful arrest rate. Who knows, you may even run into him one day.
I was simply caught up in this one case. I hardly see why we would cross paths.
I suppose, but I doubt he would say the same.
I'm not following you.
You'll understand soon enough. The fight has only just begun, Miles Edgeworth. I'll be back in this country soon enough. And when I am, you can be sure I'll pay you back in full. Bye.
And just like that, she's gone, huh, sir? Thank goodness, I can finally rest easy knowing I won't have to watch out for her whip.
Detective Gumshoe, I want to thank you for all your help and cooperation.
Oh, it was nothing, sir. I'm just happy I was just happy to be able to work with you again. I think I'm gonna celebrate by adding a little extra salt to my instant noodles tonight.
Just how much did you cut his salary by, Francisca? Detective, I was wondering if you might give me a ride down to the prosecutor's office.
Sure thing, sir. I'll even fly down the road in a patrol car if you want.
Don't make me remind you, Detective. Safety first. Thus, I solved the first case upon my arrival home. Francisca Von Karma, the smuggling route she was after. The leaders of that ring had already put their trump card into play, and the players on the other side of this war, they would begin to make themselves known through the next incident. Edgeworth speaking. Ah, finally! I called who knows how many times earlier, but I couldn't get through. And you are... Ah, have you forgotten my voice, Miles, my boy? No fucking idea. Mr. Amano? Ernest Amano, correct? 1 second. Ernest Amano. Oh, okay. He's not a character from a previous game. Okay. What the fuck voice do I give this guy? Looking at him. Okay.
Ah, so you do remember me. I know it's rather sudden, but I can't ask this of anyone else. There's been an incident, Miles. My son, he's been kidnapped.
Cool. That's sick. The end. I did not think I did the whole case today. That's crazy. Wild, even. Let's save my progress. Turnabout Airlines. For completing episode 2 of AAI and the first one, this thing. Yeah. And then we're not going to trial 3. The kidnap turnabout. We're not going to that yet. New items unlocked in the gallery that I'm not going to look at. All right. I'm going to leave this playing while I do the outro. So that was fun. I completely forgot that Cammy was the person who did the crime. I forgot Cammy was the killer. That just completely escaped my mind. All right. All right. I guess I'm just going to do the YouTube outro and then we'll wrap up. But that was a good case. I liked it. All right. Video on the top right is the last time I played Ace Attorney Investigations Collection. In case this is the first time you're seeing me and you want to see what I did for the last case. Thing in the bottom right, YouTube picked out specifically for you because you're you and you know your taste better than YouTube, so tell them if they're right or wrong. The thing by my feet, that's the subscribe. You should click it if you want to support me. I appreciate it. Also, check out my Twitch where this was streamed at, and also my Twitter. I don't promote those enough. They're in the description though. All right, bye-bye.